Hi!
Hey!
I'm Dre from the Nitwits!
I'm Mike from Lessons with Mike.
The groundbreaking progress!
The groundbreaking program!
Groundbreaking progress! And he's
Did you have a stroke?
Oh, man. But yeah, I got a lot of new programs coming out, so tune in.
Like what?
Well, for those of you who don't know, the governor of Florida recently said he was running for president, so I have several interviews coming up with people from Florida to hear what they truly think about this.
I thought you were going to say you got him on. Why are you running for president, sir? That would put your podcast through the roof,
I will send him an email and see what happens.
Business email.
Would you like to be on the groundbreaking progress with Mike?
We will make groundbreaking progress.
Make Mike's podcast Florida again.
Oh, God.
Make the podcast
I want to let it be known right now, if I see anyone in real life that has one of those stupid Make America Florida hats, I will be walking the other direction.
We've already got political. We haven't even brought up the title of this video yet.
I'm going to get one of those hats just so you will avoid me. Oh, I think I'm going to get one too. I'm just going to do it just to make you mad. Anger you every time you see me. It's going to be great.
Today we're talking about the top 10 best MCU movies. It took us about 3 hours to get to this point, but we're here.
Do you two understand that assignment?
10, and we're not going to be difficult. We're going to be
the best.
Yeah.
No, we're right. Okay, good.
What's the worst movie you think they're going to bring up?
Oh, I already know what you're about to say.
What are you going to say, Jason?
I don't know, because they already said the bad ones. The actual bad ones.
That's true. We agreed on a good bit.
Yeah,
like Thor 4, Doctor Strange 2, all that was in the worst.
Eternals, we got the sucky ones.
Yeah.
And then they sprinkled in some goodness in there.
Yeah, like Endgame.
Yeah.
Avengers 2.
Endgame's bad, and I'll die on that hill.
I feel like we still need to explore that. Maybe we'll explore it when we get to our Endgame.
When we get to it.
I'm very intrigued.
The three of us haven't got to that yet.
We have not.
Okay.
I'm very intrigued to see what they think the best act is.
Me too. I feel like some of us will agree, though. Maybe at least two of us will agree on the number one slot.
I think it's going to be us two.
Hey, did you have a tissue in this house?
No.
My nose is starting to get a little drippy.
Oh, goodness.
Drippy.
Press A, but don't get your snot on it.
Well, it's not snotting yet. It's just I can feel it. It's about to drip.
Drippy? What?
Like I can feel it in my nose.
He's pre-drip. Michael, you know about that drip?
I got that drip.
Respect the drip, kid. They call me Lance because I be dripping. Huh? No, wouldn't it be I be dressing? Nope. Yeah, that would make more sense.
It would be I dripping.
Ranch dressing. No.
You need to catch up to the program.
To the progress.
To the progress.
I will put you up for adoption.
Not again!
Shaded.
In the last video, there's a scene where Zach brings up he wasn't hugged as a child, or he wasn't held as a child, and I'm making a short where
oh God,
I look at you, I'm like, you didn't even have a mother, and you're like, wait, what? It just goes quiet.
He didn't have a mother at all.
I'm sure I was held at some point. Is what you said.
Mike is the embodiment of that Dr. Seuss book. Are you my mother?
That's what you said in the last one. It's funny how much
I'm
you
so
can
funny
forget.
I do it twice. Recycling jokes, ladies and gents.
Ah,
man. That's what we do.
For my number 10 slot, which I might have already said this in the last one, but I'll say it again because we're in the top 10.
I forgot it anyway.
Shang-Chi!
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi is how it's spelled.
Okay. It's okay.
If it was Shang-Chi, it would have a U in it, right?
It wouldn't.
It's kind of close.
That would be
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Sean!
That was his name. Sean? Mm-hmm. His name wasn't Sean.
His fake name was Sean.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he changed
that was his American name.
Oh. Yeah.
Where did my eggs
What's her name? Wiz Khalifa? No.
Aquafina?
Aquafina. Dude, remember when Mia Khalifa was in that movie?
Dude, petition to get Mia Khalifa in the next Marvel movie.
I don't think so.
There's,
oh ye of little faith over here. Like, come on.
Hey. I mean, you'd be amazed what a paycheck can do to people.
That is true.
Fair enough.
People will die on that hill.
Fair enough.
So Shang-Chi.
But yeah, I really like this movie. I like that he didn't have powers for most of it. It was mostly just raw action sequences, which probably the best calligraphy in all of
Choreography.
What's calligraphy?
Calligraphy is
Writing.
fancy pin drawing.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It had the best fancy pin writing.
It probably did.
He wrote a strongly worded letter to the
Father, you need to stop.
to the
It
Mandarin.
looks so pretty.
He spent hours just writing the word "the."
Duh.
Break time.
But yeah, some really good choreography in the entire MCU, I would say. Especially the bus scene. That was really cool. I really like the end fight where he finally gets the rings and he can take down the dragon. I
He
thought
rides the dragon?
that whole scene was like really, really cool.
Oh, I love the Mandarin in that. That's probably one of the best villains. I hope he comes back.
And I like Trevor coming back.
I thought
Yeah,
the
that was
Mandarin's
kinda
dead.
They need to bring back Trevor and that little weird creature.
The
Put
pillow.
them, yeah,
The pillow pet.
Maurice. Maurice, that's his name. They need to bring him and that back for what's the next big movie?
Shang-Chi
Shang-Chi
2.
No.
Fantastic Four.
The Flash!
Kang Dynasty. They need to bring him back for Kang Dynasty. Make him an Avenger.
As of today, Kang Dynasty hasn't been canceled yet, but it remains to be seen.
Oh,
no,
we're getting there.
it won't get. The movie won't get canceled, but Jonathan Majors could be recast.
I think
That
they'll
would be so sad.
I think they already directed and like started filming that movie, haven't they?
Well, they filmed Loki season 2.
Well, they got rid of the writer. Like the main writer for it is not the guy writing it anymore.
Why did they do that?
Because he's a terrible writer. He
What
said
is-
he was going to make it a comedy.
Oh no.
Oh no, Kang Dynasty?
Yeah, they were going to make. He writes for Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's the dude who wrote Quantumania.
Yeah.
wait, have you seen Quantumania yet?
No.
I was hoping you would do that as your assignment.
I don't have time to do anything.
Yes, you do.
You have time for this?
If you have time to be depressed and do nothing, you have time to watch King Dynasty.
Look,
He doesn't want to be more
Quantumania.
depressed.
Look, everyone has periods of a depressed mood.
I don't.
I've been in that mood for like 2 years.
Yeah, Jason has a very extended period.
Drew over here is in the denial phase of
There was
recovery.
one time when I was 22 years old, I had a small month, and that was it.
Why?
The fact that he
Why?
can remember it so vividly proves how depressed he
Did you
is.
Changed
step-
his life.
Did you
Well, I've never gotten to that point again. Well, at that point,
Worse.
like,
Be sad.
how do I explain it? It seems like I purposely left out a lot of good opportunities that I just chose not to do. Rather it be dating women, or
Men?
no, not men. I haven't.
Okay.
I've never regretted not dating a man.
Yet.
Amen.
Job opportunities,
All
stuff like
woman.
that.
Man.
Woman.
And then I had a girlfriend that was so bad, and I've never been depressed since because I'm like, my life is pretty good.
And then you went back to her.
No, this
No.
is a different girl.
No, that was a different
I
girl.
know which girl you're talking about.
This
yeah.
was when I was 22,
When were you 22?
in
4 years ago.
Oh.
in the past.
Very, very far off in the past.
Oh, I don't remember that phone.
Mike, what's your next
My
one?
number 10 movie is Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1.
Oh, one.
Volume
Oh.
1. Mhm.
Wow, so you like the other two way more than the first one?
I do. I
Wow.
liked the first one a lot because I had never heard of those characters before.
Me neither.
And it was such a perfect balance because Ronan was just so serious and uninteresting, and no one took him seriously, and I loved that. And
Because he got one-shotted.
It's like, what are you doing? I'm dancing.
The people were kind of scared of him.
I really liked the dynamic between the group. I liked how there was a lot more adult humor, and I really liked the interactions between the characters.
I did too. I love, like I've said this so many times, but I love origin stories, and I feel like those five, like they're such a dynamic cast, and like they automatically just don't get along. Those are the characters I want to see like team up the most.
It's more realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I do
They
have a
kind of
question.
still didn't get along.
James Gunn has said for years that there was a secret Easter egg in that movie that no one has ever found yet. Has it been revealed what that was?
I've never
I have
heard of
no idea
that.
what-
I'm gonna look this up and see real quick if it's been revealed. Zach, while I do this? Yeah.
Wait, that's it.
What do you mean?
Regard-
I
okay.
can tell.
I guess I can talk more about it when we get to it on my list.
What do you want me to say? I liked it. It was good. I enjoyed
Well, I was
it.
gonna bring up a lot more, but Zach, you can go next.
Oh, okay.
I'm just chopped liver, I guess. Anyway, my number 10 is Shang-Chi.
Hey, we agreed.
Shang-Chi. So, what I like about that movie is the Mandarin. I came so close to saying the Mandalorian. The Mandarin is one of the best MCU villains.
Okay.
Because, number one, he wasn't just some random dude who was just like, oh, I'm just evil for being evil. You know, just like that one dude from Ant-Man.
He had a reason.
Yellow Jacket. Nah.
He's been over this.
No, he had no reason.
He wanted
Worst MCU villain.
It was basically like what was the
Money.
Iron
Yeah.
what was Iron Man's first villain?
Oh, Obadiah Stan.
Obadiah. It was like the same. It was the
No,
same thing as Obadiah.
Obadiah was so much better.
Yeah.
Obadiah was actually threatening and imposing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he wasn't, but he still had the exact same motives as Yellow Jacket.
No.
He
Obadiah
wanted that.
motives.
He wanted that.
But it's Jeff
for military
Bridges.
purposes.
I'm more scared of Jeff Bridges than I am of Corey Stoll.
Jeff
both
Bridges,
bald.
if you're listening, I hope that you make a full recovery and don't die of cancer.
Wait, he has cancer?
Yeah, he's dying of cancer. I hope you pull through.
Oh.
Just like he died in the Iron Man.
Wait a minute. Original Ant-Man.
No, Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges. Who's Jeff Bridges?
Obadiah.
Oh.
We've been over the dude.
Okay.
The
I
Iron
don't
Man.
memorize them by their actor names. I called Paul Rudd Ron Paul.
Oh Lord.
He knows them by their fake names.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find a way to contact Ron Paul to make sure he sees this. I'm gonna find out how to do it.
His
My
life.
mom
before
tried
this
to tag him
man
on
dies.
Facebook with the video.
She did. Did it work?
I don't think he ever replied to it. I don't think he know what a technology is. He's that old.
A technology.
A technology.
Is it me?
Hi,
Is it
I'm
me?
the problem. It's
Is it
me.
me?
It's me.
Is it me now?
Yes, it's true.
Okay, it's me time. My number 10 slot is
Shang-Chi!
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Wow, this made it pretty high up. I think we already said
Yeah,
Winter
we all-
Soldier
we
for
all
all of
said
ours.
it.
I really.
Let's
love
hear
that.
about how bad your taste is.
I really love that movie. Yeah, we've already seen how bad y'all's taste were. I really loved the second Captain America, the best Captain America, if I do say so myself. I enjoyed seeing Bucky again, even though I didn't really remember him because I hated the first Captain America. Because it was trash.
You're trash.
Thanks. I think Winter Soldier is one of the MCU movies I've watched the most.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think it'd be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, I haven't said any of those yet. So,
I know, but that's a really high claim to put on a movie.
it is. I really enjoyed it. What's her face?
Black Widow.
Yeah, she was hot in that movie.
That
Don't
was her
look at
worst.
him.
That was her worst look. Out of
No,
all,
it
yes,
was
that was
not.
her worst.
Yeah,
No, it
yeah.
wasn't.
What do you think was her
not.
best look?
I
Her
gotta
best
go with
look?
Mike on that one.
Oh man, that's a tough one. Her best look, honestly, Avengers 1.
Oh no. Iron
No!
Man 2.
I didn't like the curly hair.
Really? I kind of digged it.
No. Just no. She had the long, straight hair. Ooh, woo. Ooh, woo.
It was too long in Winter Soldier. It was too long.
It was just enough.
It was a wig in Winter Soldier.
Controversial
Yeah.
opinion. Yelena is better than Black Widow in every aspect.
No, disagree.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one.
You agree with him or
Yeah,
you agree
yeah,
with me?
yeah. No, yeah. Yelena's way better.
Why?
Yelena didn't sue Disney because she didn't get her money.
Yelena doesn't have a movie.
Let me tell you, Yelena's the only one of the new replacement Avengers I actually like more than the original one.
But Kate Bishop.
No,
No.
Hawkeye's
not
so
Kate
much better.
Hawkeye is infinite. I love how they made Hawkeye deaf. That was really cool.
No, I like the bad Captain America.
What?
John Walker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, John Walker.
Actually, no, he's the best one.
He is pretty cool.
U.S. soldier.
He just
like,
decapitates a man.
If we're
US
putting all
yeah.
those in the same group of like Marvel replacements, like I like a bad Captain America. Like that's a cool concept.
No. He's not bad.
He's just confused.
He like just killed that guy, and it was amazing.
It was pretty
Like
cool.
in
Yeah.
like in the first Captain America, when they were trying to pick someone for the serum, they wanted to choose someone with a good heart and not a military man. This time they chose a military man, and you can see why it's so wildly different. It's not a good heart. It's not a good-hearted person. It is a guy who will carry out orders.
I think he's nice enough and he means well. It's just he has his own different...
He doesn't kill good guys.
Yeah, I mean...
He kills whatever he can.
He literally killed a terrorist. Like, I don't understand why this is a problem.
With the shield.
I mean...
That was the darkest scene that was in Marvel up to that point.
Yeah, that was pretty dark.
I'm gonna have to disagree, but we'll get to my one of my top 3
I think they
films
cut
later.
like certain scenes from that
They
episode.
have cut scenes from, yeah.
I'm glad we saw it when we did, because like I don't think it would capture the same like dark vibes it gave in that time period. All right, moving on.
I know he's going to have to cut that one, but I had to say it.
Gotta move on. Number 9 for me is the first Avengers. I really like the first Avengers.
I like it as well.
Which one of you... You're the one who said you didn't like the Avengers, right?
Huh?
No, he doesn't like Endgame.
No,
okay.
I don't like Endgame. And
So you haven't talked
Ultron.
about the first Avengers yet? Okay.
I have.
Then we're still friends. The first Avengers was pretty good. Everyone in that movie had a movie already, except for the Hulk.
And Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Nope. Black Widow. And Hawkeye. And Nick Fury. And Maria Hill.
Well, when I think of
No one
Avengers,
cares about Maria Hill.
I think of the first 4 like regular Avengers: Iron Man, Hulk,
4.
Captain America. What's the other one? Thor. Yes, Thor.
Just the god.
I like the scenes with Loki, especially the Hulk scene. I'm sure this was everybody's favorite scene when they first saw the movie.
Puny God.
Puny God, like throwing them all over the room. That was such a cool, funny moment. Iron Man had some pretty bad A scenes in that, which I really liked, because he is just a man in a suit, and they point that out multiple times, but he's still kicking A.
Take that suit off, then what are you? Naked?
Man. I'm staring at this, trying to figure out which should be number 9.
Oh, you have to reorganize your list now?
No, it's just I have a photo of all the ones I haven't talked about yet. So I'm figuring. Okay, number 9 for me is going to be. Oh, it's so hard to decide because I love all of these. It's gonna be Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Okay, this made it lower on the top 10 list.
The reason it's number 9 is because the last 45 minutes are a beautiful, perfect spectacle of amazing, wonderful, happy times, and the first 2 hours are really boring.
So you didn't like the lead up to it?
No. I thought it could have been better. I liked that opening scene where Thor just kills Thanos. I was like, oh, this is fantastic. I love it. I don't like how they treated Thor's mental health. He's like, oh, I'm so sad. And I feel like
Thor.
Which, you know, it's one thing to show PTSD in that, but they made it a joke. Like, your friend is clearly suffering, and you're just making fun of him.
And letting him play football.
I think there were serious depression moments in that. And
There were some serious moments, but I hate how they did time travel. I wish they hadn't done time travel. There could have been...
Well, at least they didn't kill him in the past. Instead, they used it to bring the Infinity Stones back to the present and fix the current present instead of changing the past.
The problem is, the 5-year gap ruined most of the future movies for me. Because this really affected Far From Home, because how do you have all of Peter's classmates still there? Oh, they were all snapped. What are the odds of that?
Well, that's
50%.
50%.
No, no, that's not
That's
true.
very likely.
It's 50% for an individual. The odds and probabilities don't stack, but percentages do. So let's say me and you. I have a 50% shot. You have a 50% shot.
If you flip a coin.
If you flip a coin 100 times, but this isn't flipping a coin. This is probability and percentages, right? Coin's 50% no matter what.
If you have to say right,
Well, so are
question
you in
mark,
this scenario?
then you're probably not.
No, I'm
100% accurate.
50% no matter what. You're 50% no matter what.
And
you're not
so is the
flipping.
coin.
You're not flipping one coin. You're flipping 2 coins.
Why am I flipping 2 coins?
The odds, because there's 2 people. If you have 2 coins, you flip both coins. Each coin has a 50% chance of
At the
landing
same
on
time?
heads. Yeah, you flip 2 coins at the same time.
Well, I can't flip them at the same time.
Well, let's pretend you can. 50% for each coin, right? So there's only there's 4 possible outcomes. 2 heads, 2 tails, or 1 head, 1 tail. So there's 3 possible outcomes.
1 tail, 1 head.
Yeah, you're right. 4 possible outcomes, right? So
Got it.
25% chance of each possible outcome, right? Because you're flipping 2 coins.
Which side is the snap?
Heads.
Because he should have gone for the head.
You know, there was people in his class that did, move on.
Like the hot guy.
Yeah. He used to be very, very small, and now he's like really, really big.
Well, he wasn't in his class.
Because they kind of talked about that. Like a couple of the people had already like graduated and everything.
Yeah.
Well, something else, like in Falcon and Winter Soldier, they talk about how the world is just... this created so many problems. Like, if you're going...
Yeah,
so
Thanos
many
was
problems were created. No, Thanos was a little confused.
No, he's right.
No, he was definitely right.
There were better ways to go about it.
How?
Make everyone sterile.
No, that's...
So the Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, spoilers for Attack on Titan.
What do you mean spoilers? This has been out for like the past like at least 4 years.
To be fair,
we just like finished it like a few weeks ago.
And they talk about that in the show too. So
Zeke was right. Zeke was right.
Zeke and Thanos was right.
Thanos wrong.
Zeke and Thanos 2026.
I guess he could have made everyone sterile, but at the same time, he another thing for his goal was to make it more.
You could have expanded the space. You could, and then when the Avengers got the stones back, instead of randomly bringing everyone back, they should have just undone the past 5 years, because you're putting people, like, let's say, oh, I used
You
to
would
live
create a
here.
time loop.
You create issues, because I'm gone for 5 years. I come back.
That means Tony wouldn't have his daughter.
These issues. Tony doesn't. He can make a new daughter. It is
That is fair.
What has Tony's daughter contributed to anything?
Have we ever seen her again? Is she even real?
Is Pepper ever going to come back? Probably not.
I don't think so. I was surprised to see her back for that movie.
I wasn't expecting to see her back after Iron Man 3.
Well, you know,
Yeah, 'cause she
Gwyneth
was
Paltrow
done.
forgets everything she's in.
They asked her about that once, right? And then she was like, was I in that?
I didn't realize she was in that many movies to where she could start forgetting.
She's not Christopher Walken.
Has he been?
Christopher Reeve.
He's been in like 100 movies.
He has. He was the best, well, second best part of Pulp Fiction.
What's the opposite of
Was he in Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, he's the one who talked about how he smuggled a watch up his butt.
Oh.
Yeah.
The actor or the
Huh? What?
the main character?
Mike, what's the opposite of Christopher Reeves?
Christopher Walken!
I said it wrong.
Yeah, you said it wrong.
Yeah, it's a lame joke either way.
Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew.
Zach, what's your next one?
I can't with you morons.
I am sick of this joke. I've had to hear it since 7th grade. It's not funny. Never was funny.
When I first met you, you told me that joke too.
It wasn't the funny.
This is go-to.
It wasn't funny the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time. All 7th grade still. The 5th time, the 6th time, the 7th time,
Hey,
the 8th
Drew.
time, still 7th grade.
I got a joke for you. This is the different joke, I promise. Jesus said, "Come forth and receive eternal life."
Oh no.
But John came fifth and received toaster.
Oh no. That's better than Christopher Walken.
That's such a good joke. I'm not done talking about Endgame yet.
Okay.
You haven't said anything about Endgame.
Yeah,
other
you
than-
just got off subject. Just started talking about other stuff.
I really like the ending. There are very few moments in cinema where I just feel really happy, and when Steve picks up the hammer, I was really happy.
That was a real. I remember everyone screaming in the theater when that happened.
He shouldn't have been able to wield lightning though.
Think about it though, the lightning comes from the hammer.
Yeah, the.
Is he
If you
God
read
of Hammers?
Yeah.
if you read the hammer,
I don't like Ragnarok, and that's why. It's one of the many reasons.
if you read the hammer specifically states for those who wield it will empower the powers of Thor or something along.
That's
along
what
that
Odin
line.
says. And think about it, when Odin cast down Thor to Earth, Thor didn't have his lightning powers.
But Thor was also weak.
He was big, weak boy.
Yeah, so many people forget that fact of the hammer. It does give you Thor powers.
No.
Right, well, and they kind of do that.
Why do you say no? It's written on the
The
hammer.
director said it was fan service.
The director.
The director doesn't know what he's talking about then, because
really
if you
don't.
read the hammer, it specifically says you will get
You
the powers
don't
of
know how
Thor.
to read.
First of all, the
I
directors.
do.
The directors and the writers for Endgame can't even agree on what happened.
That's true. I've heard so many conflicting viewpoints. I was like,
It's open to interpretation.
Russo brothers are the most overrated directors in all of MCU.
They are very overrated. We're going to get to one of the best directors later, Scott Derrickson, later on in my list. But
What
what's
did he
your-
direct?
Well, you'll find out later
Okay.
on.
Yeah, I don't know what he directed.
I know what you're going to say. Okay, so my number 9 film, the first Iron Man movie.
Good man.
Wow, this made it really high up.
Wow.
That movie started the MCU. That is just, that was the...
I thought
the-
Hulk came before it.
No,
No,
Iron
no.
Man came first.
No, Iron
Oh,
Man was
really?
the first one. The
Yep.
Hulk was after that.
Okay. It just feels like the Hulk is older, just because it's like.
Well, yeah, the first Iron Man movie is like 2009.
2009, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2008.
Yeah, 2008. Yeah, right. I don't know.
No, it's still 9.
First off, it's probably one of the best origin story movies.
It's such a good order.
It is
of
pretty
all
good.
the MCU.
I do like that origin.
Like that whole opening scene of him just basically building a war machine in some tunnel in Afghanistan.
That is
In a cave
beautiful.
with a box of scraps.
That movie
Yep.
created a new Spider-Man, pretty
You know,
much,
Iron
because
Man wasn't
everybody
popular.
loves Iron Man now. Yeah, Iron Man was not popular before that.
Robert Downey Jr. made everybody love Iron Man
Yep.
because like there were people that liked Iron Man, but not to that level.
Yeah, never to this level. It's kind of amazing. He got as big as he did.
We can thank Burger King for Iron Man, and here's why.
cheeseburgers.
Oh yeah.
And this is actually a reference to the cheeseburger in Iron Man 1. Robert Downey Jr. had some issues in his life, and his issues were resolved one day magically when he went to go to Burger King. And he was sitting there, and he took a bite of the burger, and he looked at it, and he realized that because the burger was so disgusting, he had to rethink his life. And I don't know this is true, but I hope...
That's what he said.
That is what he said, yeah.
This is true, yeah.
So I think he chucked the burger off and stopped doing drugs after that.
yeah.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
Because, like,
I thought this was going to be a Burger King promotion.
No. No, I think it's like his wife had kicked him out because he was so addicted to drugs, and then he went to Burger King, and then he was like, "This burger is so bad." Like,
It's kind of crazy now because one of the big rules of being in the MCU is you can't do drugs, you can't do steroids. Always represent yourself in a really good
because
way.
it's Disney.
And they started off with someone who definitely did not have that reputation.
That's what's really interesting. So he had been
You have to give
trying-
everybody a chance.
He had been trying to get some work because he was a very successful actor before his drug problem, and then he had been trying to get some work, but it was difficult for a studio to take a chance with him on a big project.
John Favreau
John
was saying
Favreau.
he really pushed for Robert Downey Jr.
You know who the original Iron Man was supposed to be, and Kevin Feige even said this. Who their original choice was?
Tom
Cruise?
Hanks.
No, Tom Hanks. No, Clive Owen.
Oh, I was close.
Who?
Clive Owen.
Who? I don't know.
He was in I don't know, some movies.
Some movie.
No
He
one
was
knows
in
him.
some movies. Couldn't tell you one movie he was in, but that's who they originally wanted. And then they were like, well, okay. Then they tried to talk with Tom Cruise, and he wanted too much money, so they were like, screw it, third choice.
Yeah, Tom Cruise would not have been good for the role.
I think I would have hated that, honestly.
I don't know. I feel like he could have done
Name
it.
one Tom Cruise character.
Ethan
Hawke.
Hunt.
I said
Ethan Hawke.
I said Hawke.
Tom Cruise is just Tom Cruise in everything.
I feel like he could have done it well. Okay, think of it like this. Think of Iron Man as that character from Tropic Thunder, where he's just screaming into the phone. Okay, I'm kind of down for that Iron Man.
I
I
don't
think
know.
I would like that.
I don't know how Tropic Thunder got made.
I don't know either.
have you heard of it?
Yes,
Yeah.
Some of the actors in that said, no, I don't regret playing that role.
Remember when
that was a masterpiece. I'm like, dude, it's a movie that people shouldn't watch today because they'll be like, oh, we got to cancel this person, cancel that person.
Remember the part where Tobey Maguire does a commercial in it where they do Brokeback Mountain, but he's in
He's
a
like a
monastery?
priest? Yeah,
Yeah, he's like a monk. Yeah.
If you're fans of Robert Downey Jr. performances, go watch The Judge.
You're the judge.
Oh yeah, that one came out right after Iron Man when they were like, he's hireable again.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. Oppenheimer, coming out this year.
Is he in that?
Yes.
What's that movie?
It's the one where they gave Christopher Nolan a nuke.
Oh, okay. I actually kind of want to see that. Raisin, what's your next
They
one?
gave Christopher Nolan.
I mean, they did.
There you go. Oh, my number 9 is the first Black Panther.
Okay.
I very much enjoyed this movie. Very revolutionary. I enjoyed Killmonger. He was my favorite MCU villain for a while because I feel like his reason for doing what he was doing was very valid and very reasonable. Like, you could see where he's coming from. And of course, Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, just did wonders for that character in his own movie. Being able to see the MCU Wakanda was amazing. I loved it.
Yeah.
And of course, M'Baku I enjoyed M'Baku.
We are vegetarian.
No, we are vegetarian. I loved M'Baku.
It's a shame that I really wish he got more movies before he passed away, but I'm glad he got to be in Endgame, at least.
You could see how skinny he was in Endgame.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Which, I mean, I wouldn't have noticed that unless I knew the events of what is now,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, good movie. I really enjoyed it. I loved it. It was the first MCU movie we went to that ever got a standing ovation.
That's a little dramatic.
Wait, do you mean while we were there? Or like...
Yeah, in the theater.
I kind of don't remember that.
Who did I see that?
I did.
I didn't see that with you. I don't think.
No, you're weird. You're like... You'll
have
go without people sometimes. It's like,
I've
what are you doing?
never-
We just wait 1 hour so we can watch
And
it
you
together.
probably still sit in the very top row.
I always sit in the top row.
That is the worst row.
Back row is the best row to be in.
so-
That
that-
the full screen.
That is the...
And you have nobody
you can still
behind
see the full
you.
screen.
I went
like-
to the movie yesterday. I saw the full screen.
You have to like stretch your neck.
No, you don't. Not if you sit in the middle where
And
you
you
raisins
don't
sit.
have
I was
somebody in
in
the
row
back
eight.
like spitting in your hair. Like
true.
it's great.
Sitting in the back is if you don't want to focus on the movie. You don't want the volume too
You just
loud.
want to make out with your
You
girlfriend.
want to make out with your girlfriend, be on your phone the whole
Me
time.
and Mike
That's
have
what the
never
back is
made out
for.
in a movie theater
You and your-
ever.
wait, you and your dad? Is that what you
No,
That was one time.
I have never kissed Zach in a movie theater.
Emphasis on movie theater.
said?
Never while the movie was playing.
You saying you hit the newbie?
Bro,
movie.
Maria Menounos.
You didn't put up your phone up to the
And
screen
play
and
the
play
game.
the arcade game?
Dude, we need to play the arcade
For, like,
game.
10
Why have we
seconds?
never done that?
Dude, I can't get my phone out fast enough before it gets off the screen.
Like, you would have to have your phone out and just
You
be like,
gotta be
ready. I'm
"Okay, guys,
The
we
QR
gotta
code.
get 20 minutes early to go play the game."
Waiting for this movie moment. Oh, the
Oh,
movie's
he has a
the
podcast
movie's
now.
playing. Oh, I gotta
know
put my
that.
phone back up.
Just Shiva podcast. Is it any good?
Why would I know? She advertised it all the time.
I like her stupid laugh.
Why is she Squidward?
No, she's like Peter Griffin.
My name is Maria Menounos.
Anyways,
Oh
What
man.
were you talking about before that?
you're number 8.
Oh, my number 8? Okay. I have Doctor Strange.
Which one?
The first one.
No.
Because definitely not the second one. I've already talked about the second one. That's in our worst list for those who are curious.
What?
I really liked the first one. I like how they explained him getting into magic and stuff. And I like them bringing up his photographic memory and how he was able to like learn every book like so quickly. I like the portals. I like how it's brought up in the future. Though the portals, it is kind of strange because like an end game, like Doctor Strange somehow knew where everyone would be and then just started, creating the portals.
That's another thing.
Because they didn't have any communication in Endgame. It's like, how did he know that? And like Zach brought this up in the earlier videos, like he could have chopped Thanos' hand off, like he did in Infinity War.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't he do that? There's not anything that Thanos would be able to do to stop him from doing that.
Ron Paul could have gone up his butt.
So yeah, it's like,
They explained it.
yeah, they explained how that would have worked.
The butt muscles would have clenched.
But it seems like the portal is almost like a lightsaber. It could just cut through anything. So like, why not use that all the time?
That was not utilized in Doctor Strange 1. That was something that came after the fact. 'Cause
But
in
it
the
was
first-
it was shown in Infinity War though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in the original Doctor Strange, that was not a factor of the portals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So I give it a pass on Doctor Strange, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it can be overpowered if you automatically know where everyone is and when to summon portals. And why not just do that all the time?
Well, he got Wong to help him.
You got what?
Wong.
What about Wong?
Beyonce?
Like, he's like, is that everyone?
You wanted more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted
Don't get me
more.
wrong. I really love that. I really love that sequence, but I don't know. Sometimes the portals seem a little bit overpowered more than they need to be. But they focused really hard on the portals in that movie, because that was like the main ability, other than the what's that realm that they go to?
Shadow
there's
realm.
the mirror world thing.
Mirror dimension.
Also,
Mirror dimension.
one of the best cinematographic shots.
Yep.
The calligraphy?
One of the best calligraphy scenes in any Marvel movie is in Endgame, where Steve is standing on.
I love
that's
that
such a
scene.
beautiful scene.
Just
remember-
one man amongst the entire
I think
army.
in the theater I went, oh, screenshot.
I think I saw the movie a second time just to get a screenshot of that.
That was such a good part.
I saw Endgame in theaters, I think 3 times.
I think I did too. 9 hours of my life.
Yeah.
I like how I forget what character this is. They never say their name. I think it's a she. It's like this red alien creature that can also do the portals.
Yeah, in GOTG3.
So yeah, I like how it's definitely a universal thing, but like
Oh, and Guardians?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. There's one that could summon the portals,
Yeah,
which I thought was pretty
she
cool.
got no face.
Yeah, well, she has eyes, and that's about it. But yeah, really good origin. Love Doctor Strange. It sucks that they ruined it with Doctor Strange 2. If they make a Doctor Strange 2 was so bad, it kind of ruined me wanting a Doctor Strange 3.
Mhm.
But I still really love the first movie, and it deserves this top ranking, in my opinion. Mike, next.
My next one. Am I number 8? I think so.
Yep.
You all
Should be.
agree.
My number 8 will be the original Avengers movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like it. And at this point, these are all films I really like, so it's hard to differentiate. But it was really funny. It was a really good interaction between the different characters. You got to see them. And one of my favorite scenes in that movie is when Loki is like going to kill everyone, and some old man's like, no.
Well, you know the reason they did that, right? Because he was a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah, that's it. Made it so it was like so profound. The symbolism and the metaphors, and it's a real shame that this will never get revealed. But I really hate how they brought Coulson back to life. He should have stayed dead.
I agree. They're not at that. They became Avengers because of his death.
The pre-Vengers,
And now they're
Not the
just-
pre-Vengers.
Did I say pre-Vengers?
No, there's a reference to Endgame.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot that scene.
I don't know what scene that is either.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
When Iron Man is like all thin and he's like, "We're supposed to be the Avengers, not the
Is
pre-Vengers."
this a cartoon adaptation?
No.
Oh,
in
wait.
Endgame.
No. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about now.
Oh, with the Avengers?
Yeah. And I wish Phil had stayed dead, and I wish at some point the Avengers would have, been told that Nick Fury just made up the whole baseball card thing.
What if they find out today? Are they going to break up again?
Broke up.
Yeah.
Like a band?
That's the worst acted scene in all of the MCU. Well, top 5 at least, is when Mark Ruffalo lands on Earth and we got to get the Avengers. What do you mean they broke up?
I didn't think it
was
was.
not.
I didn't think it was bad.
Anything Mark Ruffalo does is just bad acting.
I love Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo is a big Bernie Sanders supporter.
And you should love Mark Ruffalo.
I feel like you were at some point.
I mean, it's a positive thing. But
I feel like you've supported every candidate ever.
He has.
At
Ever
one
since he's
point.
been able to vote, he votes for someone and immediately regrets it when they become president. That's happened to every president he's been alive for
To be
and that has
fair.
been able to vote for.
Whoever Mike votes for wins.
That's true.
That is true.
I've got a
He's
100%
10 for
record.
10. And he regrets it each time.
Zach, what are you at? Oh, you're 0-2, right?
Huh?
For the president.
No.
Oh.
God, no.
2-2? 1-2?
You know, I'm at 100% too, because I've never voted.
That means you're at 0%.
No, that means I'm at 100%. Because I always know that whoever's going to be president is going to be someone I don't like.
You never miss the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
I really like the Avengers movie. I really liked Loki. Really good. And yeah, I really liked it. Yeah. It was good. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah.
My turn now.
Zach,
Yep.
Ooh. Okay, so my next film on this list is going to piss off you people here, and I'm ready for it.
Bring it.
Well, but you're in a good list, though.
Bring it.
The Incredible Hulk.
I'm clenching my buttocks!
I'm happy with that.
That's not an
The,
MCU movie.
the Incredible Hulk. It is, okay,
Trash.
greatest final fight scene.
One of the best.
One of the best. Like, just watching the Hulk do.
Okay,
what
that's
the Hulk
all
did.
I've heard y'all talk about.
Yeah,
with
it's
this
only
movie.
the end
final
scene.
fight scene.
It
the
makes
final
the
20
final
minutes of the
fight.
movie.
It makes that movie.
It cannot
Edward
carry it so
Norton
long.
is an infinitely better actor than Mark Ruffalo.
Oh my god.
Then why isn't he here, Michael?
Because he wanted to actually write a good Hulk story, and Mark Ruffalo
As
went,
opposed to
how much
what?
are you paying me?
Let me tell you something. Disney took over Marvel after the first Avengers because,
It was Universal?
yeah, it was Universal, Paramount, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And to this day, Marvel Studios still does not have some rights to the Hulk. And I think that's why they're purposely sabotaging the character, because they don't have the rights to him.
That's why you haven't had a Hulk movie
Mhm.
since that, because they'd have to like give
Because it was
Universal
trash.
money or something.
Yeah, they
I thought
only
they
have,
had the full rights now.
they have the rights to use him, but they don't have the rights to do a solo movie.
Yeah. Something really weird. It's kind of like with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So if Universal wanted, could they just make a Hulk movie?
No.
Then who
That
can?
is so weird.
No,
Like,
well, I think they could.
It's like
our contract says you can't, and I can't.
it's like
That's it. He's dead. No more Hulk for anybody.
So basically, the contract, from my understanding, they have the right to make one. It's just any profits from that movie would not be able to go to them. It would just go to Universal. And Universal has the right to merchandise and theme park equipment and other such things.
That's so weird.
It's weird. It
Poor
is
Hulk.
strange. But let me tell you something else that's good about the Incredible Hulk. General Ross,
yeah.
one of the best MCU characters.
And Abomination.
Such a good character.
Like, that's actually terrifying.
There's so many references to Captain America, and as a kid, this is before Captain America came out, I was so hyped. I loved it. It felt like an actual universe. Like they were
And you know what? This was one of the first post-credit scenes.
with Robert Downey Jr. when he showed up.
There was a post-credit scene in Iron Man.
Yeah, and everybody was just like, why is Samuel L. Jackson here?
Because at that time, Nick Fury wasn't black yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and everybody was like really confused, and he's like, we're going to talk about the Avengers. And you're like, what? It was kind of random.
Well, let me tell you,
They should have said his name. That would have helped.
They filmed 3 versions of that. In one version, he talks about Spider-Man, and in
Yeah.
one version, he talks about the X-Men.
Yeah.
And those versions have been released, so
Yeah.
you can see them now. They've been released.
This is a bit random, but do you guys remember during when Captain America 2 came out, there was theories that Nick Fury was going to become the Punisher? Do you guys remember this?
I do remember
No.
that. Yeah.
How did those theories spread?
Because like, Nick Fury left the movie, he put on glasses and walked away.
That was it. That was why people had that theory. I thought it was canon. I thought that was going to happen.
No, that was
because
just
everyone was
something
talking
made
about. Everyone was talking about it like it was going to
That would have
happen.
been such a terrible idea.
Yeah. Punisher's supposed to be John Bernthal.
He did a really good job.
Or rest in peace to
Ray Stevenson.
Ray Stevenson.
Okay.
He's an
Moment
okay
of silence.
Punisher.
I haven't seen a single Punisher movie.
You need to watch the Thomas Jane Punisher.
I hear they're good.
That one's really good.
But before we get off topic, I want to talk more about how great the Incredible Hulk is.
It's so good.
Tim Roth, Liv
Yeah,
Tyler,
great villain.
perfect acting.
Yep.
And the Stan Lee cameo.
we yawned at the same time.
The Stan Lee cameo in that one. Stan Lee actually dies in that movie.
Stan Lee dies in the first.
He does.
No.
He does. I'm not even lying.
Why? Why
Wait,
make
does
that
he?
horrible?
He drinks some of the Hulk's blood.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then they like have to like carry him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the leader,
This is why I say that's not an MCU canon movie. There's just too much going
Doc
on.
Samson is in
Doc
that?
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you know Liv Tyler, or I guess it's Betty Ross.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend she's dating in that movie.
Is that Doc Samson?
That's Doc Samson.
From Modern Family?
Yeah, Ty
Whoa,
Burrell is
Ty
Doc
Burrell.
Samson.
Wow.
They're talking about bringing him back.
I don't know if that would work, but I would see it.
I'm down for it.
I love how all the cast has come back. Even Ross came back. It's unfortunate he's dead. But
Tells you how much they love being in that movie.
they came back after like 10 years to play these characters.
More than that, almost 15.
Hmm.
All because Marvel offered them money.
Or they just really love the characters.
Not every
Wow.
actor is Yellow Jacket. It's just money, 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 money.
Well,
Oh, I'm glad Zach put this movie so high.
Yes.
That don't even count it.
this just has no effect on me. Because I do not care for this movie. At all.
Is this your next
Then
one
why
on your
is it
list?
your number 8 movie?
It's not.
Oh, well,
What's your number 8 movie then?
My number 8 movie is Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Shang-Chi.
Higher than where I put it.
I really enjoyed this movie.
This was a good movie.
Really, like, because of the reasons that have already been spoken. How he's just a normal dude who can just fight real well.
Yeah.
It's insane, and of course the calligraphy in that movie was insane. You talked about the bus scene. I want to talk about the building scene when
I do like that scene too. Yes.
Oh my gosh,
that was really cool.
I love that. I love the music behind that because music does a lot for me too. It was really good. What's her face? Wiz Khalifa, yeah. No, Aquafina was. I loved her in that movie too. Oh, she's just a joy.
I did like her character.
What was her name in the movie?
Wiz Khalifa.
Oh yeah,
Wiz
yeah,
Khalifa.
yeah.
Kiz Walifa.
Nah, I lost it. I thought I had it, but I did not.
Angie.
Yeah, that's the one.
Wasn't it April? Austin? Amy? I don't know.
A woman name.
Yes. Katie.
Katie. That sounds right.
Katie.
I don't think he could have said that any louder.
I could, if you want me to. Do
He just wants to hear you scream.
you want me to?
I'd rather you didn't.
Okay. I will not. I also love Shang-Chi's actor. I think he did a real good job.
Yeah, I think he did a good job too.
And I enjoyed seeing Wong in that movie.
Apparently, he trained really hard for this movie as well.
I can see
Like, he wanted to make sure that... Like, he put his heart into the movie. Like, there was like videos that played before the movie of showing him training.
it. Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah.
I would have loved it if Jackie Chan made an appearance. But why?
Isn't he dead?
What? No.
Jackie Chan's still
He's
alive.
not
You
dead.
can't kill Jackie Chan.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There was a whole cartoon about how you can't kill Jackie Chan. It ran for like 3 seasons.
How old is he now?
Like 67-ish, 70.
He's
Oh, I thought he was older than that.
Also, anyone who's ever watched Jackie Chan Adventures, please message me. I'd like to do a podcast with you about it. No one else has ever seen it except me. Every time I mention it...
I know what you're talking about, but I never watched it.
Every time I mention this show, people look at me like I'm an idiot. It is one of the best shows ever made.
I've heard about this on another podcast.
Isn't this like a Disney show?
Yes.
Apparently, Jackie Chan wasn't too fond of this cartoon either.
Oh, you didn't like it?
He was like... It was more like, whatever, just do what you want.
He
And,
literally
like-
played himself in the cartoon.
You're shadowing Michael's Hulk right now.
I'm sorry.
I don't
But
understand.
he really didn't care too much for the cartoon. He cared more for his like real life action.
The name of the
scenes.
show was Jackie Chan's Adventures.
I know, but it's like,
I
hey,
prefer Kangaroo Jack.
it's like, hey, you're really popular. Can we make a cartoon about you? I'm like, sure, whatever. Yeah, it exists, and yeah, he plays himself, but that doesn't mean he was completely ecstatic about it.
Dude,
It's funny.
I prefer Kangaroo Jack.
That movie is very misleading. I'm very unhappy about it to this day.
Huh?
I expected Kangaroo Jack to be about a talking kangaroo.
That's the animated movie.
Is that not what you were talking about?
I only know one Kangaroo Jack, and that was the real life Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be about a talking kangaroo. The kangaroo doesn't talk.
He never talks in the
Walken
movie.
in it too.
It does.
Kangaroos can't talk.
He never talked in the trailer. What made you think
He
that?
does talk in the trailer.
Does
Kangaroo
he? I
Jack
remember
is a funny
that.
movie.
What does he say?
He says, "Hi, I'm Kangaroo Jack."
That sounds like you made it up.
Why do I just imagine that Michael's envision of him as this Chester Cheetah, but a kangaroo?
Dude, the Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie this year.
Oh yeah.
Are you serious?
Flamin' Hot the movie. It's a Christian movie.
It's a Christian movie.
Wait.
Like veggie balls with
I
Cheetos.
swear it is. It was directed. Maybe Pastor Samuel Rodriguez is involved in it.
Fine.
Who is that?
He did a prayer at the inauguration.
Of what?
Of what? The
think-
president?
Yes, for Trump. He did a prayer at Trump's inauguration.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Went from presidential inauguration to
The Flamin' Hot Cheetos guy. Does he play the janitor?
I don't know who he plays.
Does
He
he
just
play the cheetah?
I remember when I used
Does he play
to.
the Cheeto?
Anyway, who's next?
Is anyone gonna fact check Mike, or are we just gonna let it roll?
No,
Well,
I don't think you can fact check stupid.
I would like to
Like,
believe
I'm
this.
telling the truth. I
would
would
love to
prove
believe
it.
If we get a
Cheetos
Cheetos
article.
if we get a Cheetos Christian movie, this might be my favorite movie of all time.
Dude, Chester Cheetah died for our sins.
Finding Cheetos.
I'm looking it up right now.
Finding Cheetos.
That's Finding Nemo.
Have you not heard of Finding Jesus?
Oh gosh.
A 30
It was a
second-
Finding Nemo parody that you can watch on Amazon Prime.
What?
Yep, and it has a fish and everything.
What? Jesus!
Finding Jesus.
What's happening?
Wait.
Don't play the video. What are you doing?
Okay.
You can't just play a video in the middle of us recording.
Michael!
Mike, stop!
What?
We're recording, Michael.
Sorry.
I need to like take away your phone.
Who's next?
Drew.
Am I next? We're on
Number
number
7.
7, right?
Yep.
Okay, for me, I put Guardians 3. This was the latest movie to come out only a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I like the... Obviously, I like the other two higher up than this one. But I feel like that's mainly because... I don't know, I feel like the MCU has been dying lately. But I actually really liked a lot of the scenes in this movie. I really like exploring Rocket's backstory. And this also brings... whenever Rocket is talking about his backstory, or it's brought up in some way in the older movies, it hits much harder now. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen like the original Guardians after this movie, or even Infinity War, but there's moments where like he's having a full-on breakdown. Yeah, he's drunk and stuff, but like he'll bring up like, I didn't ask to be torn apart limb by limb,
put back
over
together.
and over and over again.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where Thor is depressed and he's talking about how he lost everything.
And him and Rocket become buddies.
Yeah, and like you can see the expression on Rocket's face, like he feels exactly what Thor is feeling in that moment, but he doesn't want to talk about it, so he just doesn't say anything, and he's just quiet, and you can sense the depression.
And the fact that like I went to go see it last night again with my sister
To prepare for this.
and I just wanted to see it again. But this isn't like really spoilers, but like once the Guardians are finding out about his backstory, Nebula says that it's worse than what Thanos did to her.
Which is pretty extreme. And it makes sense, because like, yeah, she had her body parts replaced with metal ones, but Rocket was torn apart over and over and over. Had his brain taken out and replaced with another brain.
You want to destroy somebody? Make them watch the scene over and over and over again where Rocket just looks at his friends as his like brain is exposed, going, "It hurts," and I'm like, "Oh no, I'm feeling things I don't want to feel."
Yeah, that was such a sad scene.
I have that one later in my list.
Like, and to see the innocence of the animals around him.
Yeah.
Like their personalities, it could be like a kid's cartoon. The way that they thought, like
we're gonna be free, guys.
Yeah, they had such this beautiful perspective on the world and where they were gonna go, and they made friendships in their cages, and it's like. Everyone knew on this couch that they were going to die, right?
Oh yeah.
Like we were all.
Oh yeah.
Which made it hit so much harder somehow, because like you're expecting them to die, but you really
You're
don't.
still
want
not
them.
ready for it.
You don't want them to die. It's like, oh, just escape and never come back or something. Don't just die.
Like they're gonna find Lila, right? Like they're gonna go someplace and they're gonna find her. No, they're just gonna find the headstone.
When Rocket said how excited he was to go.
I love how that finally kicked in for you too.
It's just so nonchalantly said.
oh, don't be silly. You're not coming with me.
No, she said no, not yet.
But yeah, there was so many dark moments of that. And this is kind of like, people have been having these opinions back and forth, and I'm kind of on the side that I think this movie should have been rated R. And I'm not saying that makes it bad by any means, but like, I know for a fact that there's a lot of like adults that wouldn't be able to handle some of the dark moments in this movie specifically.
Yeah.
So I feel like it needs that rated R rating. Which, if that's the direction MCU wants to go, fine. I mean, it works for Deadpool.
They pushed the limits in Deadpool.
Doctor Strange was a
Guardians 3.
They did.
I thought Doctor Strange 2 had
That should have been rated R as well. You can't just blow up someone's brain and see their like blood leaking from their eyes and then just say, yeah, this would be great for kids. But they don't.
Yeah.
This would be great for like a 13-year-old or even less than that if their parents allow it.
Yeah.
No, that should have been rated R.
This is a bit of a spoiler, but have you seen The Dark Knight? You've all seen it.
Yeah.
You know Two-Face, his makeup in The Dark Knight, right? I feel like
High Evolutionary.
That was so good.
For High Evolutionary, it was a lot more graphic than Two-Face.
Very graphic. It was very like bloody looking.
And that's what a face would look like if it was mauled by an animal.
Yeah.
The violent, the fighting scenes, absolutely great. But also there's like scenes where it's like, okay, that should be rated R because of that moment.
Yeah.
Or, I know Raisin pointed out this is an animal, but there's a full beheading scene. I'm like, you're still pushing the limits.
Robotic animal.
Parts of bodies are being broken. You watch an entire world get destroyed, but it's kind of like somewhat off screen. You don't see everybody physically dying, even though you do see some dying. There's a scene where you're looking at some of the animal people get blown up right in front of you.
Yeah.
I think, like, to make it rated R, if you, like, see, like, guts and stuff go everywhere.
Well, here's the way the rating system works in
gore.
America. Because apparently gore isn't really the main factor for the rating system. It's just curse words. Which I think that is so
That's
stupid.
a lot of it.
I think that is so stupid. Because, like, I feel for the most part, I mean, this doesn't apply to a lot of religious people, but I feel like cussing is kind of like non-existent in Gen Z now. Because everybody cusses. No one really thinks about it. Like, but these dark, like,
Themes.
these very dark themes, I feel like a lot of people can't handle it, and that should really contribute to a rated R rating.
Yeah.
My emotions throughout that movie.
It was
Oh
a
yeah, there's
roller
scenes where you're
coaster.
going to cry.
And here's the thing, because it's, well, no spoilers, but because it's the third one and the final one, several actors said they were never coming back.
Yep. So
I was expecting so many people to die. Like, even in that
I thought
first
Rocket
scene,
was going to die. I
Yeah.
thought Drax was going to die.
in the first scene when Adam Warlock attacked them, I thought, there's no way he's gonna die this early. And I actually thought for a moment that he was gonna kill Drax, like, in the opening scene.
Yeah, like, it was going to be, like... That would have been intense.
Yeah.
Well, then the trailers would be misleading because you see Drax living through like most
They've
of the
done,
movie.
that before. They've done that before,
I don't trust
yeah.
these trailers anymore.
When did they do
Yeah.
that?
There was
in
a-
Infinity War, when,
Yeah.
like, I think it was, like, the first or second trailer
They
for
had the Hulk
Infinity War.
Buster.
They had Hulk. In
They had Hulk
Infinity War.
like Captain America.
I
the
do remember
people on
that,
Earth, they
but I don't
were
remember them-
running slow mo, very cinematically.
I
In the
remember
Nolan-
that, but I don't remember them killing off a character. They almost got sued for that, by the way. Someone was like, the trailer was very misleading. I
Yeah.
wanted more of the Hulk, and he was not in this movie, but it didn't pass because he was at the beginning of the movie. So
In the No Way Home trailers, they took out the other Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
well,
That
yeah, that makes
major
sense.
spoiler.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx kind of spoiled all that for us, though.
The years I remember when Doc Ock.
Also, thoughts and prayers for Jamie Foxx.
What is he?
He
better?
like might be dying.
What?
Oh, I
Why?
didn't hear about that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like
no.
in the hospital, and his family's like, "We're prepared for the worst."
What happened to him?
He has a mystery illness.
Oh no!
I
Jamie
thought his
Foxx.
daughter, like, put something out saying, like, oh, yeah, he's fine. People just, like, reading into it a lot.
If they say we're preparing for the worst, I think we're supposed to expect the
They're
worst.
just Tuesday preppers.
It's
Yes.
hard to know what's real and what's not real anymore, especially with Twitter now,
Yeah.
the way it is. It's like you could just say you're someone and pay for a verified badge and people will believe it. So it's like,
You
who's
can
saying
post full movies on Twitter now.
like who's
Oh,
saying
yeah.
what anymore? Like yeah.
I've seen so many, like,
How's-
F it, the new Super Mario Bros. movie.
Yeah. And like with how Nintendo, like how sue happy they are, how are they not suing Twitter for that? Cuz yeah, it's one thing to go after the guy, but Twitter
here's why.
specifically made it to where they could do that.
Here's why. This is something that was just recently affirmed by the Supreme Court. You, like, let's say, for example, a platform.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter, for example. You can't sue. It's the same reason you can't sue the gun makers if a shooting happens. What someone does with your product is the person's responsibility, not the platform's.
If I buy rat poison and I put it in your steak,
Then
you
you
can't
can't
sue
sue
the
the
rat
rat- yeah.
poison company.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo.
There's arguments that you should be able to in some cases. but
Pay
we're
no
not.
attention to the large bulk stock of rat poison that I have in my shelves.
They're gonna find that guy who posted the Mario movie. I guarantee it because they're gonna.
They're
sue
gonna find the
crap
guy
out of
that
him.
posted, like,
They're gonna
all-
find him.
every
They're
other
gonna hang
movie.
his whole family. Like it's gonna
Jesus!
be. They're gonna make him an example.
What did you heard? What happened to Gary? Right?
Gary
Gary?
from SpongeBob?
No, not Gary from SpongeBob.
Gary from Pokemon?
There was this guy who he would hack Nintendo Switch systems to where they could have like multiple games on them
Oh.
and then sell them out to people. And he made not a small amount, but I guess small for the amount they sued him for. I think it was
Didn't you say, like,
I wanna say-
300,000?
I want to say like $300,000, which is a good amount of money. But
I'd
Nintendo found out, and they sued him for it, and now he's in debt with $2 million to Nintendo, and the way his checks work is they take a percentage directly out of each paycheck that he makes.
So
he's basically sued for life because there's no way he's gonna have $2 million by the end of his life.
That's what's the word for that? There's a word for
and he's in prison.
Oh, well, who's paying him?
I mean, you do get paid like $2 an hour.
Yeah,
for
and they're taxing that. They're taking his talents.
Jeez.
Like, it's so bad. Like,
God, I love America.
He got the death sentence from Nintendo.
Making $2 an hour pressing license plates or whatever. I don't know.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Whatever they do in prison, I don't know.
By the way, we gotta speed this up.
Oh no, it's only been like how long?
An hour.
Really? Wow.
Has it really been an hour? Well, this is our last MCU, so it could be a little bit longer.
Yeah, and plus Mike never shuts up.
Yeah, that's true. You need to shut up.
Now tell us your number 7.
Yep, it's your turn.
It wasn't even his turn.
Whose turn is it?
Wait, what did you say for your
Who
last
went
one?
last?
I thought I went last.
Yeah, you said.
Because I wasn't done with Guardians 3. You got off topic.
I'm sorry.
We'll keep talking about Guardians 3.
From all the things I've mentioned, it would make it sound like I didn't like this movie, but I actually really did. Just because it was dark doesn't mean it was a bad movie. If a movie makes you want to cry and feel all these emotions, it's a good movie. Because that was its goal.
Now, hold on a second here. After watching Episode 8 of Star Wars The Last Jedi, I wanted to cry because of how bad that movie was.
This is something we'll always
That's not what
disagree
they wanted you to do, though. This movie wants you to cry. You could tell.
Oh, yeah.
Last Jedi is not as bad as Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker's the
I'd
worst.
rather watch Rise of Skywalker.
Last Jedi is at least interesting.
Can we just lump the last 3 movies together?
No, because Force Awakens is really good.
It's not.
It's not really good.
Force Awakens, the first one of the
It's
trilogy?
watchable.
It's Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and the idiots. of
Force
Skywalker.
Awakens is literally New Hope revamped.
I've never seen New Hope.
Well, that's why you like it.
That still baffles me. You've never seen the original Star Wars.
It is exactly like New Hope.
Yeah,
The first
like,
Star, that's what they were doing.
verbatim. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like that movie. I remember it was me, you, Colin, Tiny,
Taylor,
and Gabe. We were super excited to see that movie. We watched pretty much all the prequels. We did watch all the prequels, and we ran out of time, so we only got to see A New Hope
6.
and Episode 6. And when we went to the theater and came out, the whole ride home we were quiet. We had lost our excitement, and all of us, when we were trying to talk about the movie, all of our opinions was I guess it was okay.
Yeah, I mean,
It was
Han
alright.
died.
Yeah, none of us were excited anymore. It's like watching something being murdered in front of you, and then it's
You mean your childhood?
yeah, you need to process it. Yeah, your childhood. And we're off of Guardians 3 again.
Do you have anything else to say about Guardians 3?
Maybe we should do a Star Wars ranking, but you have a lot of movies you got to watch apparently.
I've seen every Star Wars movie except the original trilogy, and I haven't seen Solo, but I've seen all the other ones.
Okay.
So you haven't seen a third.
I haven't seen half of them, but I have an opinion.
They all suck.
No, you need to watch the others
'Cause
before
I
we
haven't
can do
seen
a Star Wars tier list.
Next time it'll be DC tier list.
Michael, why haven't
I have so many DC movies I have to watch if that's the case.
No.
No.
I just don't want to do that.
I want all of you as my birthday. Instead of paying me back for the Chick-fil-A, all of you have to watch The Dark Knight Returns Part 2. That's your sign.
We've all seen that.
Yeah,
I'm
we've all
sure.
seen that. Yeah.
I think we've all seen the Dark Knight series.
No, The Dark Knight Returns Part 2.
The animated, right?
The animated one.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
animated
Where
one.
he fights Joker for the last time.
Both of them are phenomenal.
So good.
I'll just finish my Guardians 3 when one of y'all bring it up.
Okay.
What's your next one, Mike?
My next one
Guardians
is... So what's very interesting is I have 7 left.
Yeah, that's why we're on number 7.
Yeah, good job, Mike.
Wow.
Numbers work.
That's
So-
how math works.
My top 6 are ones I picked because of the deep messages, and I really resonate
What
with
about
those
number
messages. Number 7 is Infinity War.
Oh wow. Okay, this.
And I really loved Infinity War. I really loved the action scenes. I really loved the characters. Thanos was developed very well. All the scenes I thought were very emotional. The one thing that I really hate about it is Peter Quill would never have done that. And,
But he did.
But he,
And James Gunn said so.
James Gunn knew better.
Yep.
James Gunn knew better. He wouldn't have done that.
But he referenced it.
He did reference it because it happened. He can't just make it not happen.
Yeah,
Well-
he was giving a recap, and it was like very brief and kind of throwaway like line.
Yeah. But in
He's
Peter would
saying,
never
wait.
have done that.
Let me go back a little bit. James Gunn is saying that Peter Quill would have not.
James Gunn said that he disagreed with how that was written, and he would not have done it that way.
How would he have done it? Did he mention?
Did he mention it?
I don't think he mentioned that part. He just said that the way that they did it, Peter Quill wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been that irrational.
We're talking about him handling Gamora's death, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and like him punching Thanos.
Like, you're about to win. Why are you punching Thanos? Also, is it just me? But they went from hating each other to being deeply in love very quick.
Who's they?
Gamora and Peter Quill.
They had time. They had years.
They had a lot of
They
years
did have
in
a few
between.
years. Yeah, it's just because Guardians 2 happens right after Guardians 1, and there's like all the years. Anyway, Infinity War I really like, really good. I really enjoyed seeing Tony and Steven act together and interact with each other.
That was really fun. There was so many people that were hoping that those two would make
a
a
Sherlock reference.
Sherlock reference, which they do, because Iron Man goes, "Do you concur, Doctor?" Which is a phrase from those movies, but people wanted them to say like "No dip, Sherlock," or something along those lines, which would have been cool.
I am skeptical that Stephen Strange or Tony Stark is a fan of the Sherlock series.
Oh, you're talking about in the movie. I was gonna say Robert Downey Jr. loves Sherlock.
Yeah, he did.
No, I mean Iron Man, a character.
Oh,
He-
he would not
No,
like Sherlock.
absolutely
No.
not.
No, Pepper watches Downton Abbey and he viciously mocks her for it.
In his spare time, Iron Man just watches Formula One racing.
Is he watching Top Gear the whole
He's
time?
watching Top Gear. We need to do a prediction about what we think each Avengers' favorite show is. But yes,
So what was his,
I'm gonna move this
What's
just because
the,
keep kicking it.
what's the show where, like, the angel and the fallen angel... like-
Supernatural.
no. They, like, work
Angel and
together,
the
because,
fallen-
like...
With
Good Omens.
Good Omens.
I like Good Omens.
I think that's Thor's.
Why would it be Good Omen?
I really don't like the makeup for Good Omens.
I don't know, I've
it's
never
just
seen it.
off-putting.
Have any of y'all seen Good Omens?
I've seen
I
a few
haven't.
clips, and I just hate the makeup. It's so off-putting.
Well, you're talking about the demons' makeup, right?
Yes.
Well, it's supposed to be off-putting. They're demons. But do you want them to look like angels?
I don't know. Most Neil Gaiman stuff just gets so bizarre.
American Gods started off pretty good, but I couldn't finish it.
Look, we're getting way off subject. We were talking about Infinity War, right?
War, I love it. I have no problems with it. Going forward, my next 6, I have really inspiring things to say about the messages of the films.
Oh, lovely.
But we're going to move on to Zach's number 7.
Alright, my number 7, and I'm going to make Mike really mad with this one. Thor Ragnarok.
Too high. Way too high.
I think that's the MC movie I've seen the most.
Really? This is a lot of people's favorites.
That or The Guardians. One or the other. But
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok, when I walked in to go see Thor 3, I was not excited at all. I was just kind of like,
So you had
okay.
low expectations.
The first two, to me, I mean, they're not bad, but like, they're a little boring.
Yeah.
So I was expecting like a serious Thor movie. And I remember just the first like couple minutes, just like laughing.
Just him in a
off.
cage.
Yeah, like Surtur. What was it? What was it? He said,
Thor, son of Odin.
"Una, the Surtur,
son of
I
You're still alive.
I love that from the get go. I'm like, this is amazing.
I love that opening.
They have to go to the devil's anus. Like, come on. Like, you can't tell me a movie is bad with a line like that.
I love the story about Thor and Loki. I was like, once when I was younger, he turned into a snake because he knows I really love snake. And I went to go pick it up and admire it. Then he turned back on himself and was like, yeah, it's me! And stabbed me.
That really happened in the comics, too. That was a real reference.
Like,
I love that, too.
That whole movie, like, I think that's why I was so mad at Thor: Love and Thunder, is because I had such
'Cause it
high
was so
hopes
good,
for
yeah.
Waititi, because I'm like, okay, Ragnarok is so good. Also, Get Help.
Yeah.
I love
like
Get
that,
Help.
too.
Get help.
Like that.
He's mentioning all the things you didn't like.
I hated all these things.
I like how it came
okay.
after a serious moment.
I
between them.
like how Thor wasn't just a joke. Like, yeah, he was kind of stupid, but like, he could get stuff done.
He was able to be tased. How is the god of thunder and lightning
It's ironic
able to
and
be
it's funny.
tased? It's silly and stupid.
It's
Exactly.
Also, Valkyrie's good in that movie.
No, buddy, no.
What's wrong with Valkyrie?
I like her in that movie than any other movie she's been in.
Yeah, all the other ones they ruined Valkyrie.
Yeah.
She didn't do
Also-
anything in any other movies. She was in
Also,
Infinity
come
War.
on, when with a frickin' Korg,
Korg
piss
was-
off, Ghost.
He's freaking gone.
Like
Yeah, we tried to start a revolution.
The
We didn't
Korg
have
was
enough
so
pamphlets.
great.
like
And her mom came, and her boyfriend, who I hate.
That's one of the few MCU movies where it's like a lot of it is jokes, but I'm just laughing.
They
the
were
whole
good
time.
jokes. That's
They
the
were
difference.
so good.
And then Thor got the puny god moment,
Yeah,
and then Loki's like, yes!
like Hulk is good in that movie too. Like that's one of the few MCU movies, with the exception of Incredible Hulk.
ruined the whole character.
It did. I mean,
It ruined the Hulk character. We got to see Hulk cheeks. Okay,
Hulk cheeks.
Hulk cheeks.
Hulk is,
Dummy thick Hulk.
Hulk is not supposed to be some stupid child.
What do you mean? The Hulk is not intelligent.
Hulk is just supposed
Yet.
to be an angry.
Okay, what cartoons are you referencing this from? Because I know
Yeah.
you haven't read the comics. You're just going off the cartoons you saw as a kid. So which cartoons do you think is the better depiction of Hulk?
The
Hulk
best
is-
depiction of Hulk is Hulk versus Thor.
We
Mike-
saw that in Ragnarok.
That was Ragnarok.
Michael, and the first Avengers.
Let's talk about something here.
What are
If
we
you want-
talking
if you want to talk about comic book Hulk, might I remind you of one comic book? I know you've never read a comic book in
I think
your
I know
life.
what you're- I think I know what you're gonna say.
And,
I think I know what's
Druid
coming up.
knows where I'm going with
Where
this.
are you going with this?
Okay, so Old Man Logan.
Love that book.
Okay,
Such a good
what does the
comic.
Hulk do in Old Man Logan?
Okay, that's not Hulk. That's a different character.
Well,
No, that's the Hulk.
Someone's Edward Norton!
We got the Hulklings, okay? and what's the problem with the Hulklings?
The Hulklings are really dumb
Okay,
That's
no,
one of
why
the
were they
problems, I
dumb?
guess.
Why were they
because
dumb?
of incest.
Oh, yeah, because he had a kid or a bunch of them with She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Where I'm going with this
I
is
don't know where you're going.
Hulk is not the most intelligent person if he is going to have a special type of hugging relationship with his cousin. Okay.
Special hugging.
Okay, the special hug. Okay.
I hope I don't see this
Dude.
adaptation.
Now that Marvel has
Why'd you have
rights
this?
to Wolverine, we
Oh
can see
my
Hulk,
God,
And Hugh
yes.
Jackman is
The
coming
Hulklings.
back. We can see Hulk eat Hugh Jackman.
Oh my god.
Huge Ackman?
Huge jacked man.
Oh. No, Hulk is not an intelligent character. He never was. He was all smash, no brains.
But he's not supposed to be whiny. He's like, Hulk big fire, you small fire. It's just,
Hulk is supposed to be like
He's supposed to be upset.
he's supposed to be like a toddler.
He's angry!
He's not devoid of emotions. He's just kind of stupid.
You bad friend!
Yeah.
oh.
You need to apologize.
Anyway, Zach,
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all I got for Ragnarok.
you're next, though.
That was his next.
That was my next.
It was Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Oh,
Number 7.
shoot! Well, my first one... Well, nope. My 7th one is The First Guardians.
Hey, I thought this would make it higher up. So you like the other two more than this one?
I do.
Wow, so you and Mike agree. Something the original.
Hey, what's the matter with your head? Oh.
Anyways, so...
None of you would even know that song if it wasn't for Guardians.
Actually, no, I did know that song.
That was
Okay,
an
I knew that
unscripted
song
moment.
too,
It was
but-
an unscripted moment. It was beautiful.
Anyways. The First Guardians. And this was like the part of my list. It was so
Very hard to
Difficult.
choose. Yeah.
to get through the top 10. But as other things were stated about the first Guardians, I really enjoyed it. Did not know any of the characters before this movie. The music soundtrack is just chef's kiss. How the characters all interacted with one another. It was just so great to see all these differing personalities come together and just absolutely despise each other.
Yeah.
Even like at the end of the movie, they still kind of like didn't really all get along all the time, and like that was just so great.
I like conflict between characters. I think
Yeah.
that's what makes I think that's what makes a good story.
Ronan, who? I don't go watch it for Ronan.
He was boring, but he was also a threat, which I liked.
True.
And when you
This
have
was the
such...
first movie like we actually get to see Thanos, though.
Yeah. For a few minutes, yeah.
Technically,
Don't say first Avengers. Shut up. We saw his very vibrant pink face and.
Is that Galactus?
Did someone actually think that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Did you think that?
Was it
Okay.
you?
Yeah, it was him.
It was me.
Because I thought Thanos immediately when I saw him. Galactus, he's so small!
It's not my time.
He doesn't even have the helmet or anything.
Yeah, the dance battle to save the universe.
That was funny.
That was great.
The legendary Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah, Kevy Bakey.
I love how Peter Quill had so many like Earth references, and seeing the other characters' reactions to those things, like, I'm not a raccoon, like, what is this music?
Except
like,
it was.
I have a disturbing thing to tell you about the Guardians movie.
Okay, good.
There is a scene where Peter Quill makes the following joke, and I quote, "If I had a black light, this would look like a Jackson Pollock painting."
One of the best jokes in the MCU.
Which is a funny joke. But Peter was abducted by the aliens when he was like 7, right?
Yeah.
How would 7-year-old
Nope,
Peter
8.
or 8-year-old Peter know enough about America? So I'm not denying that he masturbates in his spare time, right? What I'm saying is, how would he understand that reference?
What do you mean? He knew what Earth things were.
How would he know Jackson Pollock paintings at 8 years old?
He
Why
knew-
not?
What 8-year-old knows that?
It's just because you didn't know specific.
Yeah,
Michael, you ate Twinkies for dinner every night, okay? Don't come at me with this. Just because you weren't cultured
This
doesn't
was
mean
also
no one
like
else was.
when did it like 1980s? What was this? 90s?
Was he popular? I don't know. Was he?
I think it was 80s. Yeah, I think it was 8.
Maybe
So-
maybe Yondu is a really big fan of Earth art. I don't know, but
Well, he didn't have a cell phone. He wasn't doing that.
I think he was born... No, yeah, it had to be the 80s. Otherwise, he'd be like 50-something.
And as we know from Guardians 3, he's not 50.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that was funny.
Because he said like people die at the age of 50.
How old do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
I am?
But I really, really enjoyed the first Guardians. It like when Groot like sacrificed himself like near the end of the movie.
And that Groot is still dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I'm like, wait, I liked him. I like the tree.
Yeah, I did too. I'm like, aw, that kind of sucks. But I did like seeing Baby
Then
Groot.
we got Baby Groot.
Something that's not talked about much is like, I can't remember who it was. I don't think it was James Gunn himself, but it was like someone saying, that Groot, yeah, is definitely dead. I don't like bringing back characters just for the sake of bringing them back. So new Groot, Baby Groot is a new Groot. And then in the second movie, there's also a quote was like, ever since you became small, you've been a total D-Wad or whatever. And it's like, well, that's trying to insinuate to the audience that is the same Groot. He's just little now. So like, which one is it?
Well, maybe they don't. Maybe the Guardians themselves don't understand it.
Maybe.
That, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that could be true.
I think he has the same memories as the first Groot.
I don't think he does.
You don't think so?
I don't think he does, no.
I don't think they really get too deep in Groot lore.
We need to have more Groot lore for Guardians 4.
Well, then watch the Groot show on Disney
I was about to say,
Plus.
Yeah, there's
Groot
a-
shorts.
Groot shorts, yeah.
Is it explained?
I don't think it does. I saw like one episode of it, and I can't
They're
even
just
remember
like
it.
comedy, right?
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah.
comedy gag show.
But yeah.
God, yeah, I loved the first Guardian so much. And that's higher up on my list, so I can talk more about it.
Speaking of high up on your list,
Are you on there now?
what's your number 6?
My number 6 is Age of Ultron. Zach's favorite movie.
The most boring Avengers movie.
What? I
Worst
loved the
Avengers
action in
movie.
this movie. I loved how...
I hate that you are not a man of culture.
I loved the threat of Ultron.
What threat?
Bro, he almost took over the entire world.
Of
And he almost
Sokovia.
destroyed it, too, in the process.
He almost got Sokovia.
He didn't fight against the Guardians.
The Guardians of the Galaxy?
Mm-hmm.
Guardians would have kicked him, no problem.
Thor should have one-shot at Ultron.
It's true.
Where was Captain Marvel?
I don't
Was
see...
that not a Captain Marvel level threat?
Yeah, well,
Obviously
I don't
not.
like the whole fact of Captain Marvel, because like they don't call her in for any world-ending threat.
Well,
unless
technically, it was only Nick Fury. It's
Yeah.
his fault.
it really is his fault. That makes it feel like it's not canon, almost.
I don't think that end credit scene is canon. There's no way.
Which one?
With the pager and Nick Fury, like
In Age of Ultron?
no, in Infinity War.
War.
I'm so skeptical about that for a number of reasons because it's never really mentioned or referenced.
It's in
Well, no, in Captain Marvel
movie.
movie, she gives him the pager and is like, if you need me,
Emergencies
like,
only.
call me. Yeah.
I get that.
What class-
There's
Classified
been
as an
so many
emergency.
emergencies. World was almost taken over. World was almost destroyed.
Nick Fury almost died.
Well, in
And
the
then-
what if,
And then he doesn't call her till after he's fading away. It's like, okay, now that I'm about to die, I guess this is an emergency.
Yeah.
Click.
in the what if cartoon, he does call Captain Marvel after all the Avengers get killed.
That's an emergency.
Why does he do that? Like, I just don't understand the logic behind that.
Ask him.
But yeah, I liked
Call
Age of
Samuel
Ultron.
Jackson.
Call him up.
Yeah.
Speed dial.
Also, I'd like to say I am furious that the first MCU F word was not given to Samuel Jackson.
That
He should have
yeah,
had it.
Yeah, he
It was
should've.
almost.
It should have been. It was so close.
That or Robert Downey Jr.
Honestly, the original line was when Thanos said "I'm inevitable." He was supposed to say, "Well, f you," and then snap. That was the first cut.
No, I thought it was I'm Iron Man.
No. The first thing he wanted to say was, "Oh snap," and then he snaps. That's what Iron Man wanted to say, but they didn't let him. They wanted him to be, "I am Iron Man."
Anything could have been better than
It
that.
was poetic.
I would have liked it if he had said "f you."
Yeah, that'd have been so great.
Oh,
I just stood up and cheered in that.
I
theater.
would have screamed. That would have been my favorite movie right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, that could have saved that movie.
Mhm.
Yep,
From what?
from being bad.
Yeah, from being mediocre.
I liked Endgame.
I like that game.
Hey, I still haven't talked about it yet.
I haven't either. Because we're cultured. Anyways,
Is it
Mike, what's your next one?
my number 6 pick? Is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
2! Oh, okay.
3. Yeah,
Okay,
2's my
3.
favorite. Yeah.
Wow, 2's your favorite.
Two's
That's
my
kind of surprising.
But I really love 3. I really loved all the animals. There were some pacing issues with it.
I had one pacing issue.
Tell me.
At the end of the movie, I do not like how the Guardians disbanded so quickly.
That was very quick. Yeah.
Especially Mantis, because like there was nothing leading to her. It was like, I think I'm gonna go on a self-discovery and see what happens. And it's like, okay, well that came out of nowhere. There was no lead up to that. They kind of led up to Peter Quill wanting to meet his father, just a little bit, but I feel like they could have
Grandfather,
dwelled on
yeah.
it. Grandfather.
I was
Yeah,
expecting.
he already met his father.
Yeah.
It didn't go
He
very
killed his
well.
father.
I feel like they could have dwelled on that a little bit longer. But there was like a few points where it's like, you just kind of left your grandfather. It's like, why are you bringing this up now in the third movie?
Yeah, I
Like,
thought that
10
was
years
weird.
later. It's like,
Yeah. I think Mantis was only staying with Peter because if you see the holiday special, Mantis says that Peter is her brother.
yeah.
Her half-brother.
Her half brother, and that's the only family she has. So I think she was just staying for. I was convinced it was leading up to a her and Drax get together situation.
Me too.
I thought too. Yeah.
I kind of like that they didn't, though, because I kind of just want characters to be friends and not get together.
Well, this was
Because I get tired of, like, oh, he's a boy and she's a girl, they have to date now. It's like, no, they could just be friends.
sound like my parents.
Exactly. Sounds like my parents sometimes.
Well, it was the perfect ending to Drax because he was never meant to be a destroyer.
It's meant to be a fun.
He was meant to be a father.
I really like that, actually.
I
though.
did too. Like I really did.
Like,
I love how he speaks their language too, and he's like,
Did
yeah.
you?
Like, why can't you understand
I
it?
especially liked
Good,
it
you
because
never
Nebula
asked.
thought he was like a complete
Moron.
idiot,
Yeah.
and then to see him be able to do that and also make them happy and like laugh, it's like, yeah, he really was a father before now. It's like, it's kind of sad
I
that
don't care. One of my favorite Drax lines is, "Hello, dumb idiots," talking to the kids.
yeah.
and then again, "Hello, moron."
Hello, more, and he says it with such a straight, happy
I know.
face.
I cracked up in the movie last night.
One of
Again.
my favorite parts is when one of the funniest parts is when Mantis tells Drax what to say to Peter.
Oh yeah,
pretty
it was a
good.
metaphor, and then Peter Quill tries to get him to explain the metaphor.
But
He's like a
He's
lily pad.
He said, "Yesterday, I took a poop that looked a lot like your face. Even my butt is able to make analogies."
But the pacing issue I had was the whole section where they get into the Among Us suits and they have to do that.
We'll go what?
The Orgo Corp scene. I would have just removed all of that because it was really unnecessary.
It was kind of funny though.
Why did you
Nathan
not
Fillion?
I liked Nathan
I love
Fillion,
Nathan Fillion so much. I'm glad he made it in an MCU movie.
but it just seemed I don't know. I feel like someone told James Gunn, "Hey, you have to put in 20 extra minutes of content." I was like, "Oh, okay," and then he just made that up.
I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. It just didn't fit. It just didn't fit.
I think maybe the pacing issue
They got
is
the
because they
fire.
cut to a music sequence while doing that, so it was just kind of like loud music, and they start floating off into the distance towards the place.
And again, I thought Drax was gonna die there. I kept thinking.
Oh yeah, I thought he was
Yeah.
gonna die there too. I thought that was it for him.
It's like Nathan Fillion's gonna kill Drax.
He got twice.
Yeah, the whole movie I was thinking Drax was going to die. A lot of people have said they don't like Adam Warlock in the movie. I really like him.
I liked him.
Love Adam Warlock.
I liked him more than I thought I was going to like him,
Yeah.
actually.
I really liked him in the movie.
And
He's supposed to be a lot more powerful, and they explain because the High Evolutionary woke him up too soon. He's not at full power yet. He's a preemie. He's still developing.
he's a newborn, pretty much.
Mom!
He is I like that too. He became like a big mama's boy.
And another one of the beautiful cartography scenes was when Peter...
Calligraphy.
Oh, calligraphy!
Cartography. You were trying to make fun of me. You just changed it to something else.
Isn't that with boats?
Cartography.
It's like maps.
Yeah, that's it. It's maps.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like cartography.
Cartography.
One beautiful scene is when Peter Quill... I thought this was weird. He's out in space, and I thought he was going to die there. And then, then his face gets all bloaty. I thought that was strange.
I didn't like that either.
But I really thought it was a beautiful scene.
I think that scene shouldn't have existed, but because it did, I don't think he should have survived. I
No.
don't think he should have lived. What it feels like is James Gunn directed that scene because he wanted Peter Quill to die, and then they're like, no, we want him from Kang Dynasty. And so they just retracted that, but they didn't want to get rid of all the beautiful animations they did for that scene, so they kept it in the movie
Oh, it was so beautiful when Adam reached down and touched Peter just like the
Yeah.
painting. Oh, it was beautiful. I still thought he was going to die, but
Yeah. I was like, well, that was for nothing.
it was like, oh, that's cool. It's a shame he still dies.
So he could go get his Walkman.
I would have done the same.
So, I just really loved the conclusions to all the characters. It felt like an actual conclusion. And I wish at the end there had been, if you take away the 20 minutes at the Org Corp and add 20 minutes to them talking about why they have to go their separate ways.
That would have been a long conversation.
A very long conversation. Maybe 10 minutes. I feel like... I don't know. Mantis needed to lead up. Nebula, that felt a little off. It's like, I'm going to go start a new world with all these little girls. I'm like...
No, she said she's gonna stay at nowhere and build a new society. Or something.
Oh, I thought she was staying with Drax to take care of...
Drax is also staying at nowhere.
That's where
right?
they're taking care of the girls now.
Yeah,
right?
that's that.
Yeah.
Because older Nebula would have said
Man,
okay, where do we drop these?
Piss off.
Where do we drop these kids off?
Nebula has had some of the best character development.
Yeah,
I did.
I'll
I
back
loved
that.
Nebula in the
I'll
movie.
back that. The way she started crying when she found out Rocket was okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you could sense a real connection there, and those two survived the snap, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
and even though it was just for maybe 2 frames, Yondu appeared, and it made me so happy. It filled my little heart.
I
with
like
joy.
how they brought him back, but they didn't
They didn't,
Stock footage.
They made him like Redneck Obi-Wan.
redneck Obi-Wan.
Use Force, Luke!
Use your heart, boy.
I don't control it with my head.
I use my heart.
Oh my god.
I use my
Space juice.
space.
No, I really love
Mama
it.
June, give me some Dew!
I have no negative things.
Give me some...
What was your best? What was your favorite part of that movie?
Give me some spit.
Well, because I'm on the floor, my name shall be Floor.
Yeah, I love Floor so much.
I love Floor.
She was so cute. Also
that
the most
big
mutilated of the
teeth.
group.
Yeah.
She had this crazy jaw thing and spider legs.
So did you see the theory about why she liked to be called Floor?
Because she was on the floor.
No. Okay,
That's just a theory.
This is about to destroy you even more. Okay.
Oh, no.
So because of the spider legs
Yeah.
that she had, that it was extremely painful to walk.
Oh,
And so laying on the ground was the only time she got relief. So that's why she liked the
that is
floor.
so sad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've never agreed with PETA on anything, but they actually came out and said that they endorsed the movie.
Yeah.
They gave James Gunn an award for this. I didn't know PETA gave out awards.
I didn't know they could. I didn't know they had the right to do that.
Look, a broke clock is right at least twice a day.
I don't know. PETA has accidentally, indirectly killed so many animals just trying to help them.
Maybe
Like,
they're
I
the
feel
high
like-
evolutionary.
The High Evolutionary, it should have been him as the Phase 4 villain instead of Kang.
They could still replace him.
They could. They could just recast Chugwaji Uji.
And I think
is that
Chugwaji.
Chugwaji Uji? Is that not his name?
I don't know.
that's
It's a funny name though.
closer than what I could have done.
No disrespect. It's just I can't pronounce it. I mean,
No, you know what his real name is?
What's his real name?
His real full name is Charles Entertainment Cheese.
I'm gonna look up.
Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah, that's
No, Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Oh, Charles E. Cheese.
Charles E. Cheese.
I think James Gunn confirmed that Drax was carrying the High Evolutionary.
What do you mean carrying?
Like
when
they
were
saved
leaving.
him, basically.
He didn't die. We didn't see him die.
I don't remember seeing him carry him though.
Yeah, I don't think that wasn't James Gunn. That was like some VFX guy was like, if you look really closely, but like I don't think that was true.
I think.
But now the guy who played the High Evolutionary said the number one rule of the MCU is remembering if you don't see a body, they're not dead. And he said, "Did you see the body?"
We did not see the body.
That is true. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so my number 6 movie is the first Avengers movie.
Okay.
So, okay. You're disgusting. The first Avengers movie, okay, while the villain might be the worst of the Avengers movies...
Loki?
I like Loki.
Like, I like Loki, but Loki is not very
He's
menacing.
he's not on the same level as Ultron or
Like,
Thanos.
Ultron's more menacing.
Yeah.
Loki tries to be menacing, but the reality is Loki could Loki never did anything all that evil.
That kind of makes it a fun, feel-good movie, though, too, at the same
Yeah.
time.
He drilled out a guy's eyes.
Cause
That's
it's like-
another one.
It's like Loki.
Yeah, it's like Loki, like, wants to be evil, but, like, he just can't.
He
Right,
just wants
yeah.
Daddy to give him a hug.
He's just misguided.
He's like a humanoid Pinky in the Brain.
He don't know.
Like,
no better.
he's trying to do evil, but Thor's always like, okay, Loki, back in the corner.
You got
Like,
Stop.
Think about what you did.
he's like, but ma'am! No, but like, that movie sets up the whole, just like the dynamic of the Avengers, where it's like, they're all just like it's kind of like the Guardians, where it's like, it's the gang of misfits,
Yeah.
and none of them have parents. But somehow they're all trying to like figure out like how to work together, because otherwise this alien guy is gonna go take over the world.
Do you know why Tony doesn't have any parents? Because Bucky killed them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Captain America doesn't have any parents because, well, they died.
We don't know that.
Thor had.
It was off screen.
Maybe his parents are still alive.
That's true. We never saw them die.
America.
Thor had.
Mama
Lady
America.
Lady Liberty and Father Sam
Father Sam.
instead of Uncle Sam.
Thor had parents at the time.
They're dead.
I still don't like
They're
how
dead.
Odin was just randomly killed off for no reason.
Yeah,
It was his time.
I didn't care.
It was his
that much
time. He
about
was
it.
old.
He should have died in battle.
He didn't.
Well, he should have.
That would have made his death more cool, I guess.
We barely even saw him fight.
And plus, what other Avengers movie do you get to watch them go eat shawarma for 10 minutes?
That was great. I love that.
That was kind of funny. And also, the one line that made all the Christian moms stand up in the theater and cheer
Little G.
is when Captain America says, "There is only one God, ma'am,"
Yeah.
and
I'm
he
sure
does
he doesn't
not
dress like
dress
that.
like that.
Oh, my heart.
It's like, Captain America,
That's my captain.
son, that's about to be your stepdad.
Captain for Jesus.
My favorite thing, I saw this meme on Tumblr. Captain America meets other gods, still believes in the Jesus God. Tony Stark meets other gods, still atheist.
Well, to be fair, every god that we've seen in the MCU is not really technically a god.
Except
to an extent.
Ego,
the living planet?
the living planet.
But, like, even he says, like, little G.
Little G.
It's like, and he also, like, he didn't create the universe or the world or anything, but he was
himself.
he is a celestial, but when you compare him to the other celestials,
Kind of weak.
Little
kind of a
C.
weak celestial.
Little
yeah.
C.
He's like the Down syndrome celestial almost, because like he has to like make.
Hey, look at me, guys!
He's not a giant like creator.
He
Hey, you
has
guys! Oh,
So
Lord.
yeah, it's really weird. It's really hard to say what is a god, and it's like if they could be taken down. If you want to call a celestial a god, are they a god if they can be killed and taken down? Because like
Ask the Greeks.
Yeah, well, the Eternals, they killed a Celestial.
My God was killed.
So
he
it's
killed
like,
himself, though.
Nope.
and of course, I think they will bring Galactus eventually. But I think he will be killed too. So it's like, what is gods? And like,
Doctor Doom.
And also, why are we using
Dr. Doom
Kang
didn't create the
and
universe.
not Galactus? Galactus would have been a way better than Kang.
Galactus.
A
played
lot of
by-
people thought he was going to be the next one.
Maybe that's how they'll change it. They'll just have Galactus eat the
Galactus played by Peter Dinklage.
Kangs. No, we already had Peter.
I don't
Dinklage.
care. We'll have him again.
Bring him
No,
back.
no. We need to go back to the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, where Galactus was played by a fart cloud.
Silver Surfer was pretty good in that movie.
Oh yeah, because Lawrence Fishburne.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't tell because he was silver.
Well, and he
I know how because he was surfing.
Lawrence Fishburne is not Hawaiian. He cannot surf.
One of the coolest scenes for me as a little kid was seeing Johnny Storm get dropped from space onto Earth.
Why was that the coolest scene to
I
you?
thought-
Yeah,
that
it's
was-
very vague, like, small scene.
No wonder y'all like the first Avengers so much.
Dude, those first Fantastic Four movies have a special place in my heart.
My favorite
the first
scene
4.
in Rise of the Silver Surfer is when they're like switching powers between each other, and like Ben Grimm gets the flaming powers. He's like, "Guys, I'm human. Look at me!" And then he flips him back, and he's just like, "Aw." He's just so sad. He's like, "Aw."
I remember in the Fantastic Four, like one of the comics, they were going over their names, and they were like, "Well, Ben, I guess you'll be the Thing, because you're some kind of thing."
We don't know what you are.
called
It's
The
either
Rock.
that or Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
I miss the old Fantastic Four. I wish they would just bring them back.
I was so
What if
hoping
Dwayne the Rock Johnson was the Thing?
I'd be happy with that.
Mila Kunis is in talks to play the Thing.
I'm angry.
really?
I'm
What?
angry. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's supposed to.
We
be
talked
like-
about this in like 2 videos ago.
Oh, did we?
No,
Yeah.
no,
We were
no.
like, that sounds like you literally said that sounds like a woman, and Zach was like, yeah, she is.
Yeah.
no.
So we're having so many repeats of conversations.
Cyclical.
We just gotta recycle.
But that's not
All those cross references. It's like we're writing our own Bible.
that's not for sure yet, right? Like,
It's just something that's
maybe.
in a rumor. Yeah.
I hope it stays a rumor because I don't.
I would love for Eoan Gruffafard to return.
Ian Gruffeld?
No, there's like 3.
You know, he went, like, bankrupt. And he has, like,
Oh,
no money now.
Well, he needs to be in this Marvel movie then.
Yeah.
I have a suggestion. Instead of bringing on all these actors that obviously people will not want them to play a certain character,
Adam
why
Driver.
not just have fun with it and just get the worst possible candidates for it? Like Jack Black as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, but
He's the smartest man in the world now.
remember when Jack Black was almost Hal Jordan?
No. No.
The original plan, instead of Ryan Reynolds, was to have Jack Black and make it a comedy.
That might have been
I
better.
would have liked that actually.
Yeah, I'd love that. That would have been so
See,
great.
if you just have fun with it and choose actors that are not meant to play the role, like Terry
Scarlett Johansson as Black Panther!
Terry Crews as Little Mermaid.
If she can play in, what's that movie? The one where she was, Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, she did play GIS-AC. That's the abbreviation. GIS, Ghost in Shell, SAC, Standalone Complex. So the anime abbreviation is GIS-SAC.
Are you okay?
I think he just had a stroke.
Okay.
know what
He's
he's
talking
trying
about
to
the
say.
gift sack.
I got one of those.
What's the next movie? Whose turn is it?
I think it's Raisin. Yeah.
Okay.
My 6? Thor Ragnarok.
Hey.
Okay.
A great movie. The best Thor. Kind of like what was already stated. Like, it just changed the dynamic of Thor for the better.
Yeah.
And then Love and Thunder took that
And made it worse.
and made it... I hated it more than what it used to be. It was insane. But Thor Ragnarok, it was very funny. Great characters. You had Korg and Meek. Like the little rock, paper, scissors joke for you. Who was the villain? Hela. Sure.
I felt like she could have been written a little better, but I didn't dislike her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with her. She was there. Thor has a sister. Cool.
I wish they got more in depth on the dark history that Thor wasn't aware of.
Yeah, instead of a ceiling painting.
Yeah, I wanted way more of that. That's fine. I'm glad. It was still a good movie for what it was.
Twas. And then Scourge, the executioner.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was pretty cool.
I loved him. I like him so. Behold, my stuff.
Stuff.
And he had the longest clips in history in those guns, by the way.
Him playing the main character in The Boys also makes me like his actor so much more now too.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Urban.
Yeah,
And he was Judge Dredd.
I've never seen Judge
I
Dredd.
haven't seen Judge Dredd either.
What?
saw
Any of
Judge-
you've watched Sylvester Stallone?
I saw Judge Judy.
Completely inaccurate to the comics, but it's enjoyable.
I saw
He
Judge
was also
Judy.
in Doom,
Doom.
Doom.
The game?
the movie with Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
The thing?
Rock. Let me tell you something about Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He has just returned for the new Fast and Furious movie.
They
Part
need
two?
to stop
Isn't that
with the Fast
obvious?
and Furious.
Well, let me tell you, he said he wasn't going to do it, but then he did it.
Well, yeah, because
Well,
they
yeah,
probably
money.
offered him oogles and boogles of money, and he gets to kill Vin Diesel.
I really hope so.
Is that really what happens?
No, but I feel like that would get him to come back.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
there's going to be a part 2.
Because he does not like Vin Diesel in real life.
Who is Vin Diesel talking about when he keeps bringing up family? Which family is he talking about?
Everyone hates Vin Diesel.
like
There's a lot of actors
I
that
think
don't
John
like him.
Cena's his half brother in the movie.
Yep.
is it like?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to know what family he keeps referring to in the movies that he like cares about so much because I really don't get that vibe from when I watch those movies.
Paul Walker's dead.
Well, no, canonically, Paul Walker is not dead.
Well, canonically, they could shove it up their ass.
I know, but they don't bring him.
Brian
They don't bring
is
back
not
his
dead.
character, do they?
No.
No, the-
Well,
Exactly.
no. They are bringing back him because
No.
Paul Walker's brother is doing it, and
Yeah,
they're
he
like
has a twin.
CGIing his face.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I hate that too.
I don't like that either.
The character had such a good ending in the movie he
It
was
was,
in.
I think, in the 9th film, like, they're all, like, doing the whole cookout thing at the end of the movie. And then, like, Brian's call shows up, like, rolls up. But you don't see, like, him, like, step out or anything. It
I
just,
think
like,
that's
shows,
okay.
It, like, shows, like, oh, the character is still around.
I think they basically just said they were like, oh, he retired and like now has a family.
Yeah.
But Vin Diesel, he's still fighting dinosaurs.
Even though he has a family.
Vin Diesel, next Fast and Furious movie better be in space.
They did that last one.
Yeah.
I've only seen 7.
Fast in space.
You've only seen the 7th Fast and Furious movie.
Yes.
That was actually a pretty good one.
That was a good one.
The one, that's Paul Walker's last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one I've ever seen.
That's
yeah.
the send off they should have left it at.
And that was a
Don't
good
bring
one.
him back.
I liked it. And I've seen Hobbs and Shaw. Does that count?
Hobbs and I really like Hobbs and Shaw.
It was
It
so
was pretty good.
unbelievably
Idris
crazy, but I
Elba?
liked it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love him.
You know, you get like Black Superman,
I'm Black Superman.
and also Ryan Reynolds is in that movie.
He is.
Oh, yeah, he is.
And you know, okay, so if you remember in Hobbs and Shaw, in that part where there's like the voice like talking,
Yeah.
originally the plan was to make a sequel, and that was going to be Keanu Reeves.
Ooh. Wait, yeah, they never did make a sequel.
And I don't, because the movie didn't do that well.
I guess we'll never know who the voice was.
Yeah.
I like to believe it's Keanu Reeves.
For my number 5, I put Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
mean,
This,
why?
this isn't too far from when you said
Oh, so you like the second one less than the first one?
Have you already said?
No, I like the second one more than the third one.
I said the first one. You
I
dumb
like the
idiot.
first. I like the first one more than the second one.
Yeah, you dumb idiot.
I can't believe we've been here for 3 weeks and neither of you have gotten a shiny.
For how long these videos are, it is
What do you
kind
mean,
of
like right now?
it is kind of amazing. I'm on.
What is that, Piggly?
I'm almost at one. Piggly.
Isn't that what it is?
You're close.
Pidgey. Whatever. You got a Piggly.
You got a piggly wiggly.
It's just its name pops up every time I hatch an egg. So
Aw, that would have been cool.
Clefairy!
A piggly.
It's
hat.
Pikachu!
Tell us
Yeah,
more.
I'm almost at 1,000 eggs for Rattata. Bro, this controller sucks. Look at my character glitching out so bad.
I love this.
I'm just holding down.
This is good for me.
Uh,
Wait, where do my boxes end?
yeah, I thought this was a good movie. Not as good as the first Guardians because
Oh,
I like origin
shucks.
stories. Ego is pretty good. Oh, balls. I don't have anything bad to say about the movie. I'm trying to think of something bad, but it was just such a good movie.
It was.
Yeah, so I have nothing to think of at this moment. Mike, what's your next one?
It's tough. I have 5 left and I love all of these. I'm going to go with the original Iron Man movie.
Jesus.
I love Iron Man so much. You guys don't get it. Iron Man is so cool.
He is.
I think we get it. I think we like the MCU, Mike.
You guys, Iron Man.
He's like either my first or second favorite superhero. I get it.
I liked Iron Man before it was cool.
Yeah, you don't get it.
My fault.
The first Iron Man has a beautiful message about the evils of war and how anyone...
Capitalism?
Yes, capitalism
Are you
as
telling
well.
me you liked Iron Man before 2008?
Yeah, and here's why.
You are a fetus.
Here's why. In the Marvel game, Ultimate Alliance won.
I thought that was after.
No, it was
MCU.
2006 or 7. And there's a Marvel game called Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects, which is a great game. It features a bunch of original characters that have never been used ever again.
Like who?
Baraka.
Obama?
That's what I was thinking.
Baraka. Wait, no, that's Mortal Kombat.
Brigade was his name.
Obama?
Brigade Obama.
And I liked it because in the cutscene where Iron Man shows up to fight, he says a curse word, and I thought that was super cool as little 10-year-old Mike.
Little Mike was so impressed by anything that wasn't like rated G friendly.
Whoa.
Like one curse
said
word. Oh my
turd.
gosh, that's so cool.
But I love the first Iron Man because it really goes. I love Jensen. Jensen is just amazing.
You're just
Who?
naming out characters that
Who?
there's a
I've
reason
never heard
why
any of
they
these
were
Marvel
never
characters.
used again,
Jensen.
Michael.
Jensen, the old man in the cave.
Oh, the only other one in the cave.
Caveman.
It was in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and then...
And he was in Iron Man 3.
These are such deep cuts. I can't even remember
He
anything.
was in Iron Man 3. He had a brief cameo in Iron Man 3.
No.
It's true. It really- but
Favorite character.
I love how Tony was able to, shoot all the terrorists, and I loved seeing the terrorists.
Bring back
die.
Elon Musk into the MCU.
Let's not.
We've only seen him in the second Iron Man. He needs to come back and make a cameo.
I don't think he
Favorite character, Elon Musk.
Elongated musket?
Elon Musk is a real life evil person. That's not slander because it's an opinion.
Good save!
Wait, isn't...
Maybe he's a nice guy. I don't know. I've never met him.
I feel like slander's like threatening all 5 of his families.
I wouldn't threaten anyone. I'm not a threatening person. I'm very harmless. Anyway,
Can't
Iron
threaten
Man.
billionaires, man.
Iron Man
Not
1.
on the dick rig.
I don't know if it's real, but Elon Musk put up a billboard that said, "I'm a billionaire. I'm just like you," in the middle of nowhere. I hope it's not real because it's so cringy.
I feel like that is something he would do.
Iron Man 1, very good movie, great message about war profiteering and why war is bad, and this is not a message you will see going forward in future Marvel movies, so just because this one was made before Disney took over.
Because there's no more war.
Well, there's always war. There's just...
Nope.
The whole point of Iron Man is he creates these weapons. He thinks he's doing something positive and beneficial, and then he realizes his weapons are being used to hurt people. So then he realizes he's not going to make weapons, he's going to be the weapon.
Okay.
A lethal weapon.
To be fair, I guess I would trust myself more than any military, though.
That's true. And Obadiah is one of the best Phase 1 through 3 villains. Probably top 3 villains for me. Top
I don't
5.
put him
Top
that
7.
But there are only like 7 movies.
Barely even memorable to me.
He is such a good villain. He does his little scooter he
He's
rides
like
around
top
on.
30 for me.
The only... out of the
31 movies.
The only scene as a kid, this frightened me, when he walked up to Tony and had the little magic remote that turned his heart off.
Oh, yeah.
The magic remote.
Oh, yeah.
The click remote.
The clicker.
Oh, hell, he's got the clicker.
That's his villain name, the clicker.
And I also miss,
Careful.
I really do miss Rhodey, and it's a shame he wasn't able to come back.
Nah, I don't like that Rhodey.
Why not?
I like Don Cheadle better.
Yeah,
me too.
Don Cheadle's a better Rhodey. That Rhodey, I didn't care. If that Rhodey died in a fire, I'd have been like, okay, whatever.
That Rhodey was more aggressive, and I felt that matches the character, because I always
That
thought,
Rhodey wanted to get paid more than Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
He
Yeah,
looked
'cause
like Terry Crews' less
That-
appreciated brother.
that it was the actor that I. That's the actor is the
Larry
reason I
Cruz.
don't like him. He's just such an arrogant person and feels like he deserves like everything.
You
just
okay?
handed to
I
him.
just had a memory, and I got to time out and tell you about this. So,
Hold on,
It's happening!
Hold on, everybody, time out. We're talking about childhood trauma now.
no, that actor, what is his name? Because he...
Terry
Jeff
Howard?
Bridges? No, Terrence Howard?
Terrence Howard wrote a paper to explain why 2 plus 2 does not equal 2.
Okay.
Does not equal 4. He wrote it like math proof. I'm just gonna really
Math
quickly,
proof.
really briefly. Okay, the logic language proved that 1 times 1 equals 2. He wrote a thesis and published this on Twitter saying that 1 times 1 equals 2. And it's the most bizarre...
I feel like I've heard about this before.
I have too.
Yes, but
I've
1
never
multiplied
gone
by
in depth on it.
anything is just the same number.
Nope, Terrence Howard's paper proving that 1 times 1
Terrence
is
Howard
2.
thought that he was worth more than Robert Downey Jr. He doesn't know how numbers
He
work.
doesn't know how math
He
works.
thought he was a good roadie.
Yeah.
He was not. He sucked.
Plus,
Alright,
no
well-
suit. No Iron Patriot.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, so we're at 5 now?
Yeah, I think we're at 5.
Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
Woo!
All the Guardians movies are great. Okay.
Can't agree.
You said can.
Can.
Okay, good. I was about ready
Can
to...
with
I thought you
fight
said
on-
can't too. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's
okay.
not your opinion.
Can.
Fight you on camera.
Can agree. Absolutely.
I think that Ronan was the worst of the 3 villains.
I agree.
Because Ronan was not threatening. He got beat with a dance-off. If anything, the cast of High School Musical could probably have beaten him. If you really get down.
together.
Show his weakness.
And they had the rights to that
What are
song
you
because
doing?
of Disney.
That would have been so
It could have
stupid.
happened.
Like, they could have done
Peter
it.
Quill wouldn't know that song or anything, though, so it'd be really out
can
of
someone
character.
explain to me why Peter suddenly had 90s and 2000 music at the end of Guardians 3? Can someone explain that to me?
Yeah, because he got a gift from Yondu that was like an updated version
his
before he
iPod.
left.
Yeah, because before he had a Walkman, now he has, like, an old iPod.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now he's
They
like
kept upgrading him.
5,000 songs. Did you?
Speaking of webs,
Yeah, but no.
Back to Guardians.
Yeah, no, but we're going back to Guardians. So I think Ronan's the worst of the villains. However, the chemistry that everybody has in that movie, like, they all hate each other, and I find it hysterical.
Yeah,
Because
me
it's not
too.
like, they hate each other in the beginning, but by the end of the movie, they all love each other. It's like, no, they
Not
just
really.
learn to hate each other.
They
a
learned to
little
get
less.
along. Yeah.
They bear each other.
It's like, I will not kill you in your sleep now, and we call that progress.
Like Michael's groundbreaking progress.
This dumb tree is my friend.
Yeah.
This walking whore is my friend.
oh, he did say that.
Yeah.
I can't believe he said that. I want to
Well,
watch that movie again. I'm gonna.
Me too. I want to watch all the Guardians again.
What-
Just because the third one's out now.
I want to get a new experience by watching them all back to back.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
I just made a mess in my trousers.
Did you?
No, it's a quote from a song,
What song?
an Eminem song.
He really says that? I don't
Yeah.
remember him saying that.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact song.
My
Jason.
number 5. Avengers Endgame.
Eh.
Yeah.
but,
Michael. Care to say something?
It's not that.
It
high,
made
bro.
your top 10.
Yeah, it's in my top 10. It's not in my top 5.
It
Okay.
barely made the top 5. Shut your dumb little mouth. You dumb whore.
your soft little mouth.
You soft little mouth, you. Yes, Avengers Endgame, the culmination of the past 10 years that we experienced. It was lovely. I was hoping they wouldn't do time travel either.
Yeah, I was discouraged when I heard that before
But-
the movie came out.
But I enjoyed it. I am glad that it's not how Don Cheadle said, like, go back in time, find baby Thanos, and
That made that movie so much better.
Yeah.
Unalive
no,
baby Thanos.
I wouldn't have liked that.
I wouldn't have liked it either because I'm like, that's just a cheap way out.
Very cheap.
But I do like, I mean, it tied into, like, the multiverse in a way,
Yeah.
which is the saga we are in now. So I'm like, you know what? Okay. And they kind of explained it with the Ancient One. Like a visible representation. So I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed seeing the two Captain Americas fight. That was funny. And
I
great.
did like that,
The elevator
yeah.
scene. Again, Hail Hydra.
Hell Hydra. I love that part. I love them going back to the past and like doing all that, but I'm glad they didn't kill Thanos in the past.
Yeah. Well, they did, but anyways.
Well, they killed past Thanos in the present.
In the future. Present. Anyways. I liked it when Tony sends in Ant-Man to pull his plug
Yeah.
out of his heart, and like he goes into cardiac arrest, and future Tony, he's all, "Can you get this guy some help?"
Someone, anyone,
please. I enjoyed that. What else was there? I liked it when Nebula and Rhodey were on Morag to get the Power Stone from Quill. And
yeah,
you could just see him dancing and listening to the song "Come and Get Your Love."
So he's basically an idiot, pretty much.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Just a lot of good moments, and then when all the characters came back through the portals, I just remember that moment in the theater, like all the emotions from like the last 45 minutes. It was a really good movie, despite what Michael says.
That portal scene gave goosebumps, man.
It did.
And I love them all working together. I love the scene where like everyone's fighting, and then Drax is just stabbing someone on the back. I'm like,
Yep.
I love that. The shot where you could see all the Avengers running into battle.
yes.
In the same shot. I'm like, dang, that was an expensive shot right there.
I love the one-off, like the one-on-one time with Thanos and Iron Man. I thought that was cool. And like each of the 4 Avengers got to have a little. Actually, not really Hulk. I guess he did an Infinity War. That was his one-off. But like each of the other 3 got to have like a one-on-one with Thanos, which was pretty cool.
I like how the 3 original Iron Man, Captain America, Thor kind of like went to go fight Thanos first.
Yeah.
Like the 3 that started the MCU.
The Municipal Credit Union?
Yeah. Yeah, them. I enjoyed them. But yeah, good movie, good end to a whole.
Good end to the game.
Good end to the game, yes. Good game to the end.
Final 4!
My number 4 is the first Guardians of the Galaxy. We talked about this movie a lot. What could I add on to it that we haven't already?
Additional words.
I remember like not knowing anything about these characters, which we already mentioned. But I remember watching the trailer and actually being excited just because it looks so funny. Like having them all stand side by side in the prison, and like the guy's like, "What a bunch of a-holes," and he goes, "Ah, hooked on a feeling," while they're all just standing there, just. I'm like, okay, this looks like it's going to be great. So I actually kind of had not super high expectations, but good expectations of this movie, and that movie, it passed all of my expectations. It became my favorite origin story of all time. Was my favorite movie for like, I want to say like at least 6 years straight, like, because like nothing could compare to it. And like I know me and Raisin have watched it so many times. We watched it so many times at Captain's house.
We did.
Just rewatching it. And
I illegally downloaded it, but don't tell nobody.
Okay. That's when downloading illegal stuff was a lot easier.
It was.
Back when it was cool.
Yeah.
I used to download illegal things before all of you.
They used to have good apps for it, but Apple Store took them down, which really sucks.
I don't have the phone.
Because you can still get the apps, but it's like, what can you do on there now? The whole purpose of having this app was to download YouTube videos and stuff.
I finally caved and bought Spotify just because it was so much work to be a pirate.
When did you cave in?
When I got my iPhone X, so December 21.
Okay. I got Spotify before that. Or I was using Apple Music for a little
Well,
bit.
the thing is, the app I had an iPhone 6. I had used this app for years, and I refused to update my phone because I knew if I updated my phone, the app would no longer work. Because someone else who had the app told me, don't update your phone or the app won't work. So, for years, I kept my iPhone 6. I was, sailing the high seas as a pirate. And when I got my iPhone X, which is what I still have, I was like, you know what? It's just easier to get Spotify because, it might be more expensive up front, but the amount of time I save, it really is cheaper.
I had like 3 MP3 players in my life. Every time like the old one would break, I would buy another one, and I would just download a bunch of music illegally on that. Just because I didn't have the money to be giving $10 a month. At that point, I don't even think I had a job.
Well, the old way of buying songs is still very flawed. You would just pay $1.30 per song, which is so stupid because I have like hundreds and thousands of songs.
That's very expensive for like 3 minutes. Like I know you took time to work on it, but like.
Oh, I knew people that would have like album upon album on like iTunes, and it's like, how do you afford this?
I know, like I couldn't do that.
The only album I ever got on iTunes was the U2 one they just gave everyone for free.
Oh yeah. Then they apologized for
They
that.
did, because like I didn't want it. I didn't like the music, and
Oh yeah.
the cover image was like a man hugging another man while naked.
Oh God, yeah.
And that would show up on my phone a lot. And, that people would ask questions. So
Mike, what are you listening to?
That wasn't even the photo
what?
that they were asking you about.
Maybe it was a stock image you put it on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It will always have a strong spot in my heart.
Michael, buddy.
Number 4 for me is going to be a little controversial, but I feel like my top 3 we can all pretty agree on. My 4th pick is Iron Man 3.
Oh, that's very controversial.
That made it to my worst list, I think.
Yeah, that was my worst list.
I love Iron Man 3.
I'll allow it.
I love the Mandarin because it was new and it was unexpected and it was different. I love being
You mean
surprised. Yes, I mean Trevor. It was surprising. I loved how it was an actual exploration of Tony's mental state, his PTSD, because think about it, he's not an alcoholic anymore. He stopped drinking. You know why he stopped drinking? Because Disney wouldn't let him drink anymore. No, and the character. So, because he had a real drinking problem in Iron Man 2. But apparently somewhere along the line he stopped drinking, and because of that, plus his traumatic experiences, he was severely, mentally unstable and mentally, sad. Lots of anxiety, depression, PTSD. He really wanted to get married, but he couldn't do it because he was afraid to do that. And it was just such an exploration of men's mental health that is lacking in a lot of major productions.
Are you okay, Michael?
I mean, it made me cry. Best line in the absolute best line in any MCU movie. Dads leave, you don't have to be a pussy about it.
No, that's pretty funny.
Well, he's been through a lot, so he has the right to say that, I guess.
I love how Tony just was so mean to the kid.
I mean, he lost his parents a long time ago, so I mean, it makes sense for him to say something like that, too.
And why do you lose them?
Because of Bucky.
Bucky.
But yeah, I love Iron Man 3. I love how and the whole thing, you take the suit away, what are you? Well, he didn't use the suit. He was just a regular guy. He used his wits to actually get through the compound.
He
just used his billionaire dollars to do something else.
A billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Exactly, like... He really had nothing without that suit. He could build an army.
And I love how he finally, moves on and gets the surgery, because he could have had a surgery at any time. He just chose not to. And he finally, at the end, gets the surgery. And I was very disappointed with Age of Ultron because it just doesn't... It acts like Iron Man 3 never happened. It's ignored, because at the end of Iron Man 3, he's like, I don't want to be Iron Man anymore.
No, he picks up a screwdriver at the end of
a screwdriver.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to start building again.
At
Age
the
of
end of
Ultron
Iron Man
happens.
3, he said, I am Iron Man.
Yeah, he said that.
He did say that.
He did say that.
I don't know.
Iron Man is not a person.
It's an idea.
It's
a thing.
It's the friends we meet along the way.
The real Iron Man was that story.
We're Iron Man.
The real Iron Man is Riri Williams.
The real Iron Man was Jensen.
Yes, Jensen.
Jensen. Zach, what's your next one?
Okay, so my next one is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Good man.
The most shocking scene in all of the MCU is when Kurt Russell, or Ego, looks at
Go ahead.
Peter Quill and
Say it.
says, man,
It broke my heart.
Boy, I will fight you. It broke my heart to have to put that tumor in her head.
Oh my god, I hated it.
He said it so nonchalantly.
And then he's like,
You remember my reaction?
yes.
I was there.
I was right beside you. You were like,
I went,
he's just like, what? He's like, now I know that sounds bad.
I'm like, my boy.
Like
it broke
that.
him so hard out of that trance.
Yeah,
My
like
heart.
that scene in that movie, like, and also the thing was hysterical too. Like him fighting Ego as Pac-Man.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was cool.
Like that's like you could be whatever you want. Cool, I'll be Pac-Man.
I think
You know he had to do something retro for it.
I know Rocket was all like, man, you people have issues, and Quill was like, of course I have issues, and then his dad is like rising like as
my freaking father. He's like, oh man, that's the funniest of the Guardians movies.
It is
Guardians
so good.
2.
And Yondu, oh man, we'll talk about it, but
Yondu making that sacrifice.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that was unexpected. I wasn't expected to be attached to Yondu all of a sudden at the end of the movie.
I don't use my head, boy. I use my heart.
I'm Mary Poppins. I might not be your father, but I'm your daddy.
But he wasn't your daddy.
Like,
But I'm your daddy.
like they make it out to be in the first Guardians movie that Yondu is just an ass. Like, he's just like
Yeah.
this guy who kidnapped this kid, and that was it.
He's a good representation of most redneck fathers, though.
And
He's,
it
like,
was
he's a
like-
good father, but like, you know, there's some flaws in his character.
Very deep down.
It's pretty much, look, okay, Yondu is not the stepdad. He's the dad that stepped up.
Wow.
Wow, that was profound.
It was
I
profound.
can't
He's his
wait.
daddy.
I
Yeah.
can't wait
That was-
to be your child's stepdad.
Oh no.
You better not step up then.
Ah,
I
man.
may not be your dad, boy, but I'm your daddy.
Jesus. No.
That's Mike's
Get the whip.
God.
It's gonna be his baby. He can say that.
Oh,
Anyways.
man.
Baby's first book is going to be the Communist Manifesto, just so you know.
Baby's first Communist Manifesto.
The Communist Manifesto
Teach it
for
to him every
babies.
night.
The nurseries will unite!
Jeez.
Arm the children!
Oh, that reminds me, everyone listening. An audio drama was recently uploaded to my
Uh-oh.
program called The Moose Queen versus Capitalism, starring this man
Oh, yeah.
as the Communist Manifesto.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait, I was, wasn't
yeah,
I?
you were.
I forgot about that.
And he did a great job with that. It's just give it a listen.
Yeah. That's pretty
Good
good.
plug-in, Michael. Good plug-in.
Try.
Anything else about the second Guardians?
No, that was about it.
My fourth one is Guardians
Ruh-roh.
Volume 3.
Oh, you put the third one. Okay.
No ice.
No
Okay.
ice?
It's a word for noise.
Oh. I thought you were disagreeing with them. I'm like,
It's
you
a
had this pretty-
positive. It's a positive thing.
It's hard to hear positive
Oh, yeah.
from you.
Nice. Guardians 3 hit me like 12 trains.
Was this your most liked of the Guardians? Okay. I wasn't sure if you said the others yet.
This what I told you when I got here like 2 weeks ago, that the number 2, 3, and 4 slot were the ones I had the most trouble with.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't think if I wanted the third Guardians, the second Guardians, and another movie. Like, I could not decide. But Guardians 3, I thought was very, very good. I'm an avid lover of animals, and that movie just broke my heart.
Yep.
It hit me in like 85 different places, and
I'll about hit you in 86.
yes. Anyways,
Count me in, we'll make it an even 87.
Wait.
and even
All right, Terrence Howard math.
1 + 1 = 77. But seeing Rocket's backstory, I knew going into that movie it was going to be difficult to see that.
Yeah.
But not that difficult.
I didn't know it was going to hit me that hard.
I remember us talking before the movie, and I'm like, I really don't know what to expect with this movie, because it feels like, you know, Peter Quill is definitely going to be in a low place starting out, which I was right on. It's going to be about Rocket's story, which is, we all know is going to be sad. We know Drax is probably going to die, and like, it did start off that sad, so I was like,
It did.
my expectations were like so wonky going into this movie.
I'd say the only problem I have with that movie, I thought High Evolutionary was a great villain.
Very good villain.
I think his actor did an amazing job. I think he put emotion into that role so much.
Oh, the dialogue was so good, too.
It really was.
He was so unhinged. I loved it.
I think the only problem I have with that movie is the ending where they quote unquote retire. Star-Lord goes back to Missouri, I'm assuming. I thought that was... I'll give that one a pass. Like, sure, that was brought up.
Do you agree with me that more should have led up to it?
Maybe.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like Mantis bringing up, hey, you should go see your grandfather, was too random. It was like almost forced.
I mean, there were two instances like it was brought up. One was with Mantis, and the other was with Gamora when she found that picture in his bag.
Yeah.
The picture bag thing made more sense.
I guess. I mean, she kind of just went through his stuff.
I just feel like more should have led up to him leaving.
What are the odds that his grandfather was still alive, though?
50%.
He's definitely past 50.
Jeez, you're
That's
right.
like the average human's
Let's do
lifespan.
some math, right? This guy had to have been at least 50 years ago, if Peter's 50.
It's his grandfather.
He's not 50. Peter's not 50.
How old's Peter, like 40?
Oh, no, he's not 50.
Let's look up how old Peter Quill is. I gotta do some math.
Yeah, look up when he's born.
Because in the movie, Peter was all like, well, like
he said he's like 35. Like he says how old he is.
I think so.
How old is
It sounds
Peter?
like a 30.
53.
Huh?
In
No.
the movie? No, he
No,
says
34,
he's not.
34.
He says he's not in his 50s.
Wait.
Yeah, he says he's like 30 something.
So 34 plus 18 plus 18.
No, 37 in 2018. He was 8 years old when Yondu acquired him.
Acquired.
Yeah.
I don't know, time is weird. But the point... I'm glad his grandpa was still alive. And
To be fair, Peter lost 5 years.
that's true. His grandpa might have also lost 5 years.
yeah, he could have been blipped.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Stan Lee were still alive so he could play the grandpa.
You want Stanley to play every old person.
I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be a really
Say,
nice...
I wish he was Grandpa. I wish he was old Captain America.
I wish he was
I wish he was
Spider-Man.
Wolverine.
I wish he was the first Ant-Man.
I wish he was Logan.
No, Ron Paul.
I wish Ron Paul was Stanley.
But
Dude, a Ron Paul Stan Lee crossover?
you okay?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you were good.
But yes, Guardians 3, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a great step back in the right direction.
Marvel needed
From what
something.
Marvel was.
It was looking a little rough there.
It's a
It
shame
was.
their next 3 movies are gonna suck.
What are the next 3?
The
Marvels,
Oh,
New
yeah.
World Order, and Thunderbolts. I believe.
Marvel's
Well,
looks...
I don't know about Thunderbolts. I'm skeptical.
I don't even know if I'm going to watch Marvel's. It looks so uninteresting.
Yeah, Marvels is not going to be
What was the other one you mentioned?
The new Captain America, New World Order.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be good.
Is that going to be about the Falcon?
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a trailer for that, so I don't.
It hasn't
I
come
don't know yet.
It's filming right now.
Thunderbolts may be good because they got
I'm actually
Harrison
excited for
Ford to do
Thunderbolts.
it.
I think Thunderbolts can be really good.
If you can get Harrison Ford to do anything,
You just gotta throw money at him.
Well, no. Usually, he's fairly selective.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard the new Indiana Jones movie's terrible.
Really?
That's what the
I
critics
assume it's
said.
going to be.
I didn't know they were done filming it
That's what it comes
Comes
out
out this
end of
month,
June.
right? Yeah.
this month.
End of June. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, they can't be worse than the last one, right? The last one made a lot of people
Last one's pretty
mad.
bad.
Crystal Skull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
pretty
pissed off
bad.
a lot of people.
It was bad
Because the Indiana Jones, it was known for its magical and mythical stuff, and they explained it all of it away with just sci-fi.
It's aliens. The crystal skull. It's like no, like all of. Usually it was like religious stuff,
Yeah,
like the Ark of the Covenant, the
Crusade.
Yeah, well, it was the Crusade. That's the Ark of the
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
yeah.
What was the No, they had the Ark of the Covenant. That was the first one, and then the Holy Grail. That's what I'm thinking of. The Holy Grail was the third one. The second one, I mean, that was more like just cults.
It would be like if the Uncharted series just added aliens all of a sudden after focusing on like spiritual stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
It's
added
just-
like magic monkeys.
I've got the magic.
Yeah, the second
in
one.
Me.
In Shambhala.
Well, yeah.
Magic monkey creatures.
I called them Yetis.
That too.
yeah. It just was. Well, they're doing time travel in this Indiana Jones.
Oh, yep.
Time travel?
They're doing
no. Why?
Well, they're undoing a lot of things.
Well, they're doing. They're bringing the Nazis back.
Number 3.
2 minutes. Two
Hurry
minutes
up, whoever's next.
2 minutes or less. Go.
For me, it's Endgame. Oh my god, I don't want to rush through the next 3. Endgame, I feel like we talked about Endgame pretty well, though.
Yeah, at this point, we'll have a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
We seem to have a.
I really
similar-
like the end scene. I think I mentioned all the things I liked, really.
I think our number one's going to be the same.
Yeah, I think so, too.
I haven't
move on,
heard. I haven't heard any of us say the number one.
Yeah, I
movie.
know.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
Maybe we can all say it at the same time when we get
Ooh, yes.
All right, Mike, what's your next one?
My number 3 is Doctor Strange.
The Incredible Hulk.
Wow, this made it so high up.
This has the
Wow.
best
So incredibly high
visuals,
up.
in my opinion, the best visuals out of any MCU movie.
I'll give
It
you
is
that.
so trippy. I love Doctor Strange. I love his interactions with the ancient one, and with Mordo,
What is this, my mantra?
it's the Wi-Fi password. Those
Not the
jokes,
savages.
see, those jokes actually work, and I love the message because Doctor Strange, his whole point is he's a very arrogant character. He's like, oh, I've done all this, I have the power to do whatever I want, and then he has a very humbling experience where he loses all of his abilities to do anything he wants to do.
Good storytelling. Who directed that one?
Scott Derrickson.
What else did he direct?
Let's find out.
Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Really?
Yeah. That's also a good movie.
That's a deep cut.
That is a deep cut. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Let's see. But I love Doctor Strange.
I just wish he directed the second one.
it would have been
Because he did such a good job at that one.
Didn't he do the Black Phone?
with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Oh, he also did Sinister.
He did the Black Phone, Sinister, The Day the Earth.
He
Stood
did the
Still.
horror movies.
I have never seen a single thing he's directed except Doctor Strange.
He should have done the second one.
He really should have. He did so well for the
And
first one. I don't
this-
know why
He
did.
loves Ethan Hawke. Like,
Yeah. He hasn't done anything since Doctor Strange.
well, he's supposed to do Doctor Strange 2, and Nightmare was going to be the villain.
Here
but-
comes Sam Raimi.
God, I wish he did the second one. The second one was so bad.
It was so
and it was going to
bad.
be rated R.
The original was so good. Even Mads Mikkelsen's character, who was a pretty generic and bland villain.
Who are you talking
Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh, the
Milkelson?
Yeah, Mads
The,
Mikkelsen. The sorcerer.
It's
Caecilius.
Mads Mikkelsen, okay?
Caecilius. That guy.
I love that. I love the action. I love the metaphors, and I just love everything. It made me so. I enjoyed it.
It
Mr.
was.
Mr.
It was a good
Doctor.
movie.
It's strange. Who am I to judge?
I love that scene too, because it makes you think for a second. For those who don't catch it right away, but like, I love his reaction too. It's just
I like the cloak.
yes,
Yeah.
Wrapping around that guy's head. It's a,
the music just stopped.
yeah.
It was just bam, 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 bam.
I loved it.
Oh, that was a good movie.
I wish something better had been done with Mordo.
Yeah.
He deserved better.
Because Chiwetel Ejiofor is an amazing actor who deserves better. for
I
We
his
got
agree.
such
character.
the tease at the end.
We did, and for it to just be thrown away to things happened off screen and they don't like each other anymore. That's it.
Boo.
I hate that.
Right. Zacky Poo.
Alright, number 3, Infinity War.
Oh,
The best Avengers movie. Hands down.
agreed. Yep.
Okay. Thor's entrance at the Battle of Wakanda.
Oh, it was beautiful.
That'll
cool.
send chills down anyone's
came
spine.
first.
Like, and also him basically just one-shotting Thanos. Like, just being like, yep, nope, I'm too OP for
That's
you
another
now.
reason Endgame doesn't make any sense.
That's fair. Because he has not just Stormbreaker, but also
Mjolnir.
Jonathan.
And also,
I'm glad you understood that reference. I'm glad we understood Ron Paul's reference.
Jonathan.
to me, Jonathan.
Wait, you've never seen that interview?
No.
Oh my
What,
god.
you haven't?
It's like the interviewer is asking all these cast members like questions like, what is Thor's hammer's name? And they're all saying
Mjolnir?
Mjolnir. And then Paul Rudd gets on and he's like, Jonathan?
So
I
great.
love Ron Paul.
You said it again!
I said it on purpose.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make the same mistake after making those many shorts.
But yeah, Doctor Strange, really good. Oh, it's your turn. I'm
Well,
sorry.
and we got giant Peter Dinklage.
Back to Doctor Strange.
Giant Peter Dinklage.
Oh yeah.
I wish Peter Dinklage got more roles.
And I mean, and also too, the Doctor Strange Thanos fight.
That was good.
God, that was good.
Oh,
That
I
was
too.
that
He
was
had the
good.
million hands. Oh.
This whole movie had the best action sequences of all of the MCU.
Oh yeah, like at this point, I had forgot about Iron Man because there have been so many movies without Iron Man.
Yeah.
that movie made me like Iron Man again.
Whoa, he almost died in that movie. I thought he was gonna die.
I thought he was gonna die too.
The beginning of that movie shows you how powerful Thanos is when he just beats the
crap.
hell out of Hulk. Like
Yeah.
it's just not
Hated
even
it.
like
Fake news. Hated it.
what?
Not.
I hated that
He had the
part.
Power Stone.
That shows you how powerful. That's to set up how powerful Thanos
Mike
is.
wants,
should have had a
Mike wants
rematch.
Hulk to be a god and only a god. He doesn't want him to lose ever.
Hulk is the
Which you
strongest
can't have-
there
Go
is.
read the Maestro comics if
You
you,
can't
want that.
have a-
Go read
Maestro. I
King,
love Maestro.
go read
comics.
King Thor. Or
Michael's
King, not
like,
King,
if it was
King
Edward
Hulk.
Norton, he would have won.
Edward Norton would have won. That's just the way it is.
Well, yeah.
Not as the Hulk, as Edward Norton.
Just Edward Norton.
Look, if you've seen American History X, Edward Norton can defeat racism.
Never seen it.
is he gonna curb stop Thanos?
Because he's purple.
If you haven't seen American History X, go see it. It would never get made today. Very good movie. Please go see it.
The pacing in Infinity War was actually really good. A lot of people,
I was never bored that whole movie.
a lot of
I
people
stayed
were
through.
afraid, like, how are you gonna make this movie work with so many characters to keep up with? And it did it.
And they made
It successfully did it.
they beat up Vision the whole time, and I loved it.
Oh, they did.
Because I hate Vision.
I love
I
Vision.
like
I was
Vision,
so
yeah.
upset about that.
Like, yeah, Vision, gets stabbed, useless. Thanos comes in, rips his head off,
That-
and we're done.
he
That
dies
was
twice.
such a dark moment too. It's like, oh my god, you know it's real now.
Yep.
The chills after the snap, like seeing everybody fade away, and then the movie ends.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
great ending.
He's
I
like,
love that so
Should've
much.
gone for the head, and then just snaps his fingers. It was like, oh.
Everything went so quiet and so eerie, and it's just, what did you do?
And then, like, even the end credits is just like this sad music, and that's it.
I love that so much. It was like, it was so new. Like,
Oh,
we've never
yeah.
seen the Avengers lose like that.
Like when they finish like the first set of credits and like Avengers Infinity War pop up and then it dusts away.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Oh my god.
that was such a meme.
And also, he's
Even though
not
it was-
Captain America. He's Nomad.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scaly suit.
Yeah, and honestly, I prefer, like,
I like that
rough, beat-up Captain America.
He should
that
have
was
kept
cool.
the
Bearded
beard.
man.
Yeah, that, I honestly, I
He was good
respect
with the
him,
beard.
and, like, the pretty boy from the first Captain America movie and Avengers. Those are the best ones. Anything in between, it just doesn't work.
We need to bring beards back.
Bring beards back.
Make Beards
Make
Come
beards
back.
great again.
Make Beards Florida again.
I will announce right now.
I support Baga.
Anyone who runs for president, I will vote for you if you have a beard.
Name one person running that has a beard.
Can't think of any.
Because a lot of people would,
Ah.
I think that would ruin a lot of people's candidacy.
People are so picky about that. Oh, that's not professional. You know, Tim Scott's running for president, by the way. People are saying he can't be president because he doesn't have children.
That's so dumb.
I think that's a racism.
I hate
I
everybody's
think it's also a
standards for
racism
everything.
because people are very rude to him just because of the whole not being white thing. People are very racist. to
My
him,
number
and they
3
shouldn't
is
be.
Guardians 2.
I'm sorry, I got distracted again.
Yep, I was waiting for you to get done so I could just say to move on.
My number 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Okay.
My favorite of the Guardians. Just because of all...
Oh, you and Mike agree then.
Yeah. First time for everything. Is this the first time we've agreed, Michael?
I think
it
so.
might be. Yeah.
That's insane. I don't think I've ever agreed with Zach yet.
No, you have.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, there was one time. We
No.
agreed to both wake up this morning.
Well,
There was one movie.
I didn't really
I think it was
choose
in the mid-tier list.
gotcha. But yes, Guardians 2. Oh my gosh, I love that movie so much.
Good.
I loved it so much. I don't even know how to tell you how much I love it. I just loved it. Like we already said, like when Ego broke the news of putting the tumor in Peter's mom's head. Oh my lord! I have never agreed with Star-Lord more in that moment to just shoot the ever-loving crap out of his father.
Oh, I'm glad he just did it right away too. There wasn't
Yeah.
even a moment.
No.
I think that kind of solidified my love for Star-Lord and him as like arguably my favorite character in the MCU. I just relate with him so much. Yeah, I really, really love the introduction of Mantis.
That was such a good addition.
That was such a good redemption of Mantis as a character.
It was.
I actually watched a video of the history of Mantis in the comics, and like, apparently her original origin started her off as a prostitute from the like early 1900s.
Jeez.
I'm like, I'm so glad they didn't go with that origin,
Yeah.
which that was such a common thing for that time period, though. So
Everyone's a prostitute.
yeah, it made sense for the time of the comics it was made in.
Oh my god.
But like this movie made Mantis good.
Yeah. I love Mantis. And then we got Baby Groot.
Yeah, Baby Groot was funny.
We all love Baby Groot.
I love Baby Groot.
We love Baby Groot. But yeah, Guardians 2. Best Guardians movie, my opinion. And it's factual. So yeah, go ahead, Drew.
Okay, we're on number 2 now, right?
Top 2!
My number 2. This was so hard for me.
I'm sure there's 2 movies left.
If you don't say, if you say it,
I don't
then-
know if this is gonna make you guys upset or not, because like
I think we have to.
I think a lot of us have the exact same 2 slots. I don't know if we're all going to have the number one slot because both of these movies were so handled so perfectly.
What's it gonna be, buddy?
My number 2 slot, Spider-Man 3.
No! Boo!
Tobey
Boo!
Maguire.
It's great! What do you mean? That's not a bad thing. That's a positive.
No, I'm saying the Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
your top two?
That's
your
my
second
top
one?
two.
Ah, yeah.
The other movies didn't make it.
Oh, just
They didn't even make it on the list.
1 and 2 is just Spider-Man 3.
Just Spider-Man 3 and Spider-Man, the
Three.
first one.
well,
Tobey
technically,
Maguire.
The
Tobey
first half of
Maguire-
Spider-Man 3.
the first half of Spider-Man 3 is MCU canon.
That's true. Yeah, so I chose Spider-Man over Infinity War for my second slot. That was a really weird way to phrase it.
What is your number 2? I still don't understand.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire.
The Tobey Maguire holiday special.
The Andrew Garfield one that never happened.
I actually really liked this movie.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it's number 2 for me.
Oh.
Me and Raisin try to avoid spoilers so hard for this movie. So ridiculously hard. Because we believed that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield would make an appearance. I didn't think they would get as much screen time as they did, which I'm so glad they did. But for a while there was like nothing shown about them, and Marvel was doing a really good job at making sure that it was not spoiled. Mike, were you spoiled on it before?
Everybody knew because of Jamie Foxx.
Here's the thing, right? I did not know that Willem Dafoe was going to be in it until the first trailer came out. That where I heard the laughter.
Yeah.
And at that point, I tried so hard to stop looking for any information about that. Because
Yep.
the only...
Okay, good. So you try to avoid spoilers too.
Just
Yeah.
for that one I did. The only thing I saw that was a spoiler was Jamie Foxx posted like a fan-made art form of him fighting all 3 Spider-Man, and with a mysterious cryptic caption, and then he deleted it. That's the only thing that I knew about.
He might have gotten in trouble for that one.
Yeah. Well, I know Alfred Molina got in trouble because he spoiled a good bit. Like,
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be back.
Oh,
I think that's the whole reason they put him in the trailer, because he's the one who talked about how he spoiled his involvement. Yeah.
I was.
See, I
not
never saw
disappointed.
any of that, though. I never saw
I
the
didn't
Jamie
either.
Foxx thing with Alfred Molina.
The one spoiler, I think, this was very cryptic, but we saw a very low resolution video of Andrew Garfield in front of a blue screen, and it was only like a 2-second clip. It was more like a GIF,
Yeah.
and like that. It was so vague, and it looked like it could have been faked. So it was kind of like, we don't know for sure. And sure enough, that scene of him in front of that blue screen was in the movie, and it was when he was on
The Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
The
Yeah.
Statue of America, Captain. Shield.
Oh, but I loved that movie so much. I feel like we're gonna bring that up again because you guys haven't even brought that up yet. But Mike, what's your next second 2?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Such a good movie. I cried so hard during that movie. I was a sobbing little mess. And
You cry a lot at a lot of these movies.
Mess.
I'm an emotional man.
Little mess boy?
Little mess boy.
Little messy emotional boy.
So emotional. I loved it. I loved it very much. I enjoyed the themes about family and how you choose your family. There's a nice little parallel between Peter and Ego. If you notice, there was a parallel between that and with Nebula and Gamora. There's a parallel, right?
Parallelogram?
No, because Peter wants to reconnect with his
Parallelograph?
father, right? And then Nebula and Gamora also, they don't want to reconnect, but they do. It happens naturally. It occurs, right? Naturally.
Well, naturally.
Naturally, it happens naturally.
parallel.
Yes.
I just really liked it. And Sylvester Stallone was in there.
He was.
He was. And
He was.
and
So was Miley Cyrus.
she was.
He was.
She
I
had
like how David Hasselhoff was in there for like a split second, and a lot of people missed it.
he was there very
What
briefly.
do you mean missed it?
Well, when the scene happened, like I tried to become your image or
You
what you wanted to
wanted.
be. He turned into
David Hasselhoff.
and I didn't. I was the only one who laughed in the theater. I'm like, did none of y'all get it?
Yeah.
People don't know who David Hasselhoff
It's like,
looks
did everyone just miss that scene?
I no, because it was after he revealed the.
We were still in shock.
I guess, but like, I don't know. I just thought
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was weird. I was the only one who laughed in that theater. I'm like, how did you?
It's like, how does nobody know
is
who
this-
David Hasselhoff is?
Exactly. That's how I felt while watching it.
And
I
I
knew David
had
Hasselhoff from the SpongeBob movie.
I had no idea that Ego was going to be some evil person because, like, I had no idea. Like, I had no idea. It was a surprise to me.
How? Ego's a villain in the comics.
I didn't know that.
He doesn't read the
You
comics.
didn't know
I
that?
don't read a whole lot of comics. No, I mostly read DC
Why are you
comics.
so
You wanna
upset
know a
about
fun
the
fact?
depiction of Hulk?
So, fun fact about Ego. Okay, so originally Fox had the rights to Ego. So to be able to get the rights for Ego, they had to trade the rights for another character.
Who
They
did they
basically just
trade?
swapped off.
Who did they trade?
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Oh my god,
and
I
that's
didn't
how
know that.
she was end up in Deadpool 1.
I did not know that.
That is
Yeah.
so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she's coming back. She and her lady pal, because
Yuki!
Yuki, yes, they're perfect. They're the
Hi,
cutest.
Wade.
They're the
I love
cutest,
Yuki.
Hi, Yuki.
most adorable couple in any Marvel movie ever, and that's just a fact of life.
How did they end up with Ego, though? He's not an X-Men. Is he?
Well, Fox had the rights to it.
So
So
how did they get it? Like,
Fox had the rights to a lot of them.
but they never used Ego in anything.
Yeah, I think that was kind of the point. Like, Fox has the rights to Galactus.
I didn't know that. Well, that makes more sense because
They had Galactus, they had Fantastic Four. I think it had something to do with Fantastic Four.
And I
is what it
believe,
was.
Okay.
I believe the X-Men contracts don't expire until 2025. So even though Marvel has the rights,
We
they
got 2
can't.
years, baby.
They cannot use any other actors in those roles.
They
That's
have to
why
wait
Hugh
that
Jackman.
long.
That's why they brought back Patrick Stewart and Evan
Hugh
Peters.
Jackman.
Evan Peters.
No, Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, that. I almost wish they just waited at that if they were going to do that instead.
Yeah.
If we did a ranking of the TV shows, WandaVision would be dead last just for that.
I like WandaVision.
I like it a whole lot.
Oh, no.
That's a hot take.
I like it, but that ending,
WandaVision's not the worst.
that ending
one.
ruined it for
Let
me.
me show you She-Hulk.
She-Hulk
I can't
is
even
not
watch
that bad.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. She-Hulk started out not terrible.
The first episode was okay.
I liked it in the beginning, and then the last episode, they were like, "Oh yeah, we have absolutely no idea what we're doing.
We don't know how to end it, so let's just make a meme instead.
Let's just do whatever." You know.
That's
The last
stupid.
episode was weird. The Daredevil episode was amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I liked Daredevil.
See, you get a big hard on for these cameos, and that's it.
It wasn't a cameo. It was a 30-minute episode. He was in there for the whole episode. Because Daredevil is now.
I'm upset because Ralph Boner was Ralph Boner and not the next one.
You
He was
know,
only in it for like, what, 5 minutes?
you know, I want to announce to the world this man has not seen Daredevil.
I've seen the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, Daredevil is the best Marvel
It's
show.
so good.
I just,
So good.
I mean, I
It's.
liked it, but I'm like, this isn't MCU.
I
It is
got to
now!
watch, I got
It
to watch
is
a
now!
pedophile get beat to death with a baseball bat.
Is it-
If
is it
that's
now, Mike?
not good cinema, I don't know what is.
It is.
Is it canon, or is it just the same actor and it's a different multiverse?
Bro, I don't know. I got to watch a pedophile get beat to death with a baseball bat.
I
Was
thought
that
that
your
was
favorite
Punisher.
Yeah, in the Daredevil show.
Yeah, Punisher.
Oh,
first-
Punisher
yeah.
in the... Okay, now,
Yeah.
okay, now that makes sense.
In the actual Punisher show, does he kill any pedophiles?
I don't think so.
I think he just kills, like, other bad people.
He just kills like mafia people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo.
It's not as cool, but you know.
Dude, the best scene in Punisher Season 1 was after he gets tortured for, like, 8 hours. He, like, beats beats up this other guy.
Beats the what?
Well, I can't curse here, so I stopped myself.
Good job, Mike.
Yeah.
The poo.
He
Beats the poo out of the guy.
beats a turd knuckle.
But
Turd
yeah.
knuckle.
What's your number 2, Zachy?
Oh, number 2, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's made it really high up.
That movie made me feel things I kind of didn't want to feel.
Yeah.
Like, the only other movie where I have come very, very close to crying in is, and you're going to laugh at me because I don't think any of you have ever seen this movie, Train to Busan.
I've never seen it.
Never
If
heard of
you've
it.
never seen that movie, it's a Korean zombie film that will make... What are you
I'm
doing?
ripping this tag out of my shirt.
It sounded like you just broke my couch.
Oh, no.
Just reached behind and just ripped my blanket.
Anyway, that movie will make you want to be a better person. The same way that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will make you want to be a better person.
It made me want to blow up animal testing labs.
Because these people who throughout the first 2 movies low-key kind of hated each other
they're a family.
finally became a family. Vin Diesel would be proud.
I think he was. He said, "I love you guys."
No, fun fact. Because we had been around Groot for so long.
Tell him, Michael, tell him!
We were. I knew this in the theater. I knew it. Because it's not a thing where Groot could have talked this whole time. If you're around Groot long enough, you start to understand what he says. And because we had spent so much time with Groot, we finally got to hear what he said.
Yep, that was confirmed by the director, I believe.
It was confirmed.
Like, just the action scenes, like, yeah, there's a couple weird things, like, you know, they just kind of deviate apart pretty fast. But, like, all the good overshadows any of the bad.
It's true.
And also, I got to watch that absolute dumb whore, Adam Warlock's mom. I got to watch her blow up in high definition. I was so happy. He's just like, Mom! And I'm like, yes!
Stop! Burn!
It was amazing. Great. I was laughing so hard. Okay. Loved that scene.
Adam Warlock's mom
was the best addition. Also, High Evolutionary, top 2 MCU villain.
That was a really good villain. That's a hard villain to top.
Like, he was just so... The High Evolutionary is like what would happen if Satan created the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically if you reversed everything.
Dude,
like, that's
in the
what
movie,
it is.
he said, "There is no God. That's why I stepped in."
Yeah.
One of the best lines. Love
Yeah.
it.
Like, that movie is just so...
Raisin looked over to me in the theater and was like, oh, you should like him.
That movie was just like... I remember walking out of that movie and just being like, not prepared.
I gave you a big hug as soon as we walked out because I was shattered.
No one... You cannot prepare yourself to watch that movie.
No, you cannot. Like, even if you're...
Tell me the saddest movie you've ever seen, and it's sadder than that.
Life itself. Actually, no.
We kept making jokes while watching that
I
movie.
was so mad at you guys. That's my favorite movie.
Wait,
None of you would shut
Was that
up.
the Nicolas Cage one?
Yeah,
where he's searching for Osama bin Laden?
No, not that one. Not that one.
Wait, what was Life Itself?
Life itself. Hannah was there.
It
Who else
focused
was there?
on a bunch of different characters.
Yes, there was like a 40-minute Spanish scene.
It had Pedro Pascal.
Did we watch that?
Yeah, we did.
My
I've
place.
never heard of this.
Such a good movie. It's got Oscar
Me,
Isaac
you,
in
and Kayla wanted to watch a comedy, and Mike's like, "Oh, I know what would be a great movie to watch," and he puts on this like sad drama, and me and you just make jokes the entire time, and he's like, "Oh, guys, listen to this part. Oh, my heart."
I don't even remember this.
We're just like making fun of.
I don't remember this movie.
This was like maybe 7 months ago.
No, that explains
It had to have been long. The one with Nicolas Cage
Wasn't that
tracking
long.
down Bin Laden is one of the funniest things.
Yeah, I thought that you said
That was a funny
sad
movie. That was so stupid.
And that's
No,
a
not
true
that
story.
It is.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage did that.
No.
Wait, isn't that one where Russell Brand is God?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that was such a dumb movie.
Oh God.
But Jason.
Hi.
It's me.
Oh, is it you?
No, it's me.
You're the problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's me.
Hi.
Infinity War.
Hey.
There's no-
You know
two.
what that means? Do you know what that means? Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in. Bring it in.
It means everyone
Oh.
agreed but me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was afraid to say my second.
Shun
my number two.
Shun.
But yeah, Infinity War made my second place. It was no brainer for my top one. Like, I know, like, okay, this is the top one.
Really? So you didn't even have to think on that? For me,
Yeah.
it was hard to decide because I looked at my list with those two, and I'm like, okay,
For
I gotta make a
me,
decision.
it was Infinity War and the second and third Guardians. That's what was hard for me.
I knew the second and third Guardians wouldn't make it that high, but they still made it to my top
It
10.
made it high for me. I love Guardians. But Infinity War, like, everyone has said at this point, well, not everyone, that it was just very well done with the pacing, and the ending was just something we've never seen before, where they frickin' lost. It was a good turn, and how everyone disappeared, all the emotion I felt in that movie, where just everyone was just disappearing from existence. I'm just like, oh, Bucky went first, and I'm just like, huh? And then Black Panther went, and I'm like, huh? And then Groot went, and I'm like, no, too much.
I cheered when Bucky left. I was like, yes! Yes!
I wasn't expecting Black Panther to vanish. I was like, oh wow.
I did not. Yeah, just a lot of emotion in that movie. Vision dying. Gamora died in that movie.
Yeah, that was rough.
I'm like, surely not. Surely not. Shirley! Don't call me Shirley. Yeah. Great movie. Very good movie. Best Avengers movie. And yeah. Drew, you can talk more about that.
For my number one, it's a Raisin second favorite movie. Since all of you agree and I disagree, I guess I kind of have to fight on this one a little bit.
Fight me.
There was not a dull moment in this movie. The reason I put it higher than Spider-Man No Way Home is because at the beginning, like, it feels like a normal Spider-Man movie. Like, and that's not bad, but Infinity War was nothing but, like, pure, like, Avengers content all the way through. And all of it was golden to me. So that was the only reason I put Spider-Man below it. Because, I don't know, the action scenes in Infinity War were so well thought. So many characters interacting for the first time that were so funny, so good. And the pacing, it's really hard to make 30 main characters work in one movie. And they did it so well. Like, there was... It was amazing. A lot of directors would have definitely screwed that up so bad. But they made it work. And there was not a dull moment in that movie. I love the ending. I love them failing. What else can I talk about? I like Thor's slowly getting into depression. When he brings up that his father's dead, his mother's dead, his brother and sister is dead. His brother died multiple times. He lost half the people that he was sworn to protect. Like, he had nothing going for him, and he still had some hope. And you see him about to break down crying, but he's still holding on. And then at the end of the movie, lost half the universe, and it's his fault. That's how he perceived it. So it makes sense for him to get fully depressed and drunk all the time in the next movie. Which, yeah, is comedic. But that's also what happens to most depressed people. They become the funny guy. So I think
male mental health issues.
Exactly.
That's what we've been saying.
Yeah, look at me. I'm the funniest person alive.
Oh yeah? Tell me a joke.
Me.
Well, I'll tell you a better joke. What's the opposite of Christopher Walken?
Oh my god.
It's Christopher Reeves.
Oh, I got a joke for you.
Yeah.
Jesus said, "Come forth and receive eternal life." But John came fifth and received the toaster.
Alright guys, what's your number one movie?
Let's go, boys!
1, 2, 3.
Spider-Man No Way Home!
Oh.
Incredible Hulk!
Honestly, though, I debated it just to piss y'all off. That movie, okay.
It wasn't.
Andrew Garfield should have won an Oscar for that movie.
He was so
He did
good.
so
It
good.
was phenomenal.
I love
Best
his emotions.
Andrew Garfield Spider-Man performance was in that movie.
All three Amazing Spider-Mans was his best Spider-Man.
When he caught
Zendaya.
MJ, and like he just started breaking down.
Yeah, he was
lines.
just like, I did it. Guys, I did it. It was like, you did it, buddy!
Yes!
You did it!
I was cheering him on the whole time.
my
I
God.
was
And also,
too.
Willem Dafoe,
Oh,
that's his best
beautiful.
Goblin performance.
Yes.
Yes.
It was.
Better than the first movie.
He had the hood on and
He
everything.
went Goblin mode that movie.
did.
He killed Aunt May.
Like, he just, like, straight up kills Aunt May.
The whole point of Spider-Man, and I've said this when I was playing the Spider-Man PS4 game, that is the only game where I have stopped doing a mission to go save random citizens. Because that's what Spider-Man would do.
That's what heroes do.
Spider-Man is a hero, and he actually...
I swung around in that game. It's so fun to swing. And plus, we got Alex Jones in that movie.
I would like
do, yeah.
find a thug and just beat the crap out of him, throw him in the air, just shoot at him, then punch him, and and all I did was steal someone's wallet. Like, you're gonna be crippled forever because you stole this lady's wallet.
Spider-Man is a hero, and he tried to help everyone.
That movie was a roller coaster of emotions.
God, yeah.
and we
had-
got good Electro in that
we
movie.
did get good
we got-
Electro.
Ant-Man
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man has dead. Aunt May died to Andrew and Toby coming back. And then the freaking... Oh, my God. Andrew Garfield saving Zendaya. That made me cry.
I'm part of the Avengers.
awesome.
You're in a band?
Yeah, is that like a band?
I want to fight an alien.
The banter between
I love
the
that
three.
part.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so
The
good.
banter between the three Spider-Man was
I
amazing.
need more of that.
Yep.
Please just make more. Just do
I,
what
need,
you gotta
I needed
do.
the extended cut.
They could bring him
With
back for
great
King Dynasty.
power comes great
She finally said
responsibility.
it, and it all comes together. All three of these have been his origin story.
I had zero faith going into this movie.
Really?
I was
I
so
had
skeptical.
zero
I had
faith.
very high hopes.
I never realized that the Aunt May, Uncle Ben role in these movies, like whenever they said the line, that's when like they would die.
Yeah.
I never noticed that, cause like when like Tommy was like Uncle Ben said it, and then like the day he died, it put together. I'm like, oh, it's destined.
Yeah. That's explained in most Spider-Man origins.
What happens is Uncle Ben says that, Peter's like, "You're not my dad," and then he dies.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and the thing with it is, like, okay, the trailers hyped it up so much. Like, they made it out to be this was going to be the greatest Spider-Man movie ever. But
Well,
I
it
had
was.
no hope because I didn't like the first two, and I thought John Watts was a terrible Spider-Man director.
Oh.
I was a little concerned because I was scared I would get so hyped for it, and then it wouldn't.
That's what happened to me. I
Yeah.
had super high expectations, and I was scared for myself because I'm like, lower them, please.
We were
lower
saying,
your expectations.
We were saying
man.
like, what would happen if Andrew and Toby were not in this movie?
Yeah, it's like we kept heightening it.
What
and
would
I'm like,
we do?
I'm like, oh god, reel it back. Because if I'm disappointed, I'm going to be heavily disappointed.
But the scene with Doc Ock and Tobey Maguire,
Oh,
we're like,
trying to do
Trying
better.
to do better. I love that
like
so much.
that is like, and Doc Ock becomes the hero.
Yeah.
He was never a villain. He was being
Exactly.
manipulated.
By the voices.
They were all just people with really bad mental health issues.
Yeah,
and
They were all scientists.
this is what we need.
Men's mental
ill men.
The title of the next video, Men's Mental Health. Look, okay,
Let's do that. Let's make that our next video after this one.
Green Goblin, okay, at the very end, he's like, Peter,
What have I
Peter,
done?
how you doing? Like, he's just like, he becomes Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Where's Harry?
Norman was fine. Norman was fine up until, and even like he did such a good job at convincing. Like I thought for sure at the
Yeah,
beginning.
he did.
Yeah.
I thought, wow.
He fooled us all.
I can't find my son. My building doesn't exist.
I think
Well,
that
it's
was
so
real.
sad, yeah.
I think that actually was real. Because, like, even in the original Spider-Man movie, he's got a split personality.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But, like,
Yeah, I
that,
definitely don't think he was faking that.
like, now, like, Lizard was just there because they needed a sixth villain. I will say that. There was
Well, that
no...
was fifth. There was only
Yeah.
five. It was the
Well,
Sinister Five. instead
Venom
of-
Oh, yeah.
was in there, but
But he never
he was
never
in
shut up.
He
Yeah.
was in Mexico.
He was getting drunk while this happened.
But, like, Lizard didn't really need to be there, and I didn't really care. It was kind of cool seeing Sandman, though.
I wish they had
Yes.
kept him as a human, but they probably couldn't have like done something with his schedule or whatnot, so they had to CG him.
That was the reason why. They were filming it, like, during COVID, and then they had
Yeah.
some, like, other things and stuff.
Yeah, they used stock footage for Sandman and the Lizard Human Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, like, they all, like, you know, like, all these villains who you felt kind of bad for in the original Spider-Man movies, it's like, okay, they're okay now.
None of the Spider-Man villains in all the movies, the first three and the two Andrew Garfield ones, the only ones that are actually evil is Rhino.
Well,
I
okay,
am the
Norman
Rhino!
Osborn in the Amazing
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man.
Norman and Spider-Man Amazing one is pretty evil.
And also, I will say, Harry in Amazing Spider-Man, not that great of a guy.
I didn't like him.
Yeah, I hated him in that.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 is still
James Franco, Harry Osborn.
That was a beautiful
so
man.
good.
it's top 2.
I thought he was gonna say something bad too.
It's top 2.
You were about to
It's top 2.
catch my
I-
hands, brother.
I really hate that so many fans hated the Amazing Spider-Man.
I did
series.
too.
Like I don't think it deserved the hate it got. Which
It's
I,
my
I
second
didn't.
favorite Spider-Man movie.
I
I
didn't
don't
know it.
hate it.
I didn't know it had hate at that time, but apparently
I thought it was really good the first time I saw it.
people were just too butthurt about Tobey Maguire no longer playing Spider-Man.
He's the
And
worst
that's
one.
all it came down to. But Andrew Garfield did so good in those
The best.
movies.
He did.
The first one is very good.
I didn't like the first one.
I like the
The
first
second one, visually,
Very better.
one. I
is
like the
really
I like the
good.
second better. Yeah.
Story-wise,
Extremely
it's rushed.
great.
It's rushed.
Amazing.
No,
It's,
why-
they
why-
were trying to set up the Sinister Six too hard. And also, they
No,
killed Norman
Lord.
Osborn in the
Give
first, like,
the
10
movie
minutes
an-
of that movie.
An Emmy.
An
like
Emmy
that
for
movie.
what?
The whole
You
movie.
mean a Razzie?
Give
The
Emma
whole
Stone
Emmy.
all the awards today.
Okay, Emma Stone is very good.
I will give that to you.
Thank you.
But it's not Spider-Man No Way Home.
It's No Way Home is so
No
good.
Way Home is... It's a whole nother
It's the
level.
ultimate
I was
conclusion of
so
all three
happy
Spider-Man.
walking out of that movie.
When
Yep.
Peter beat Doctor Strange, I was so thrilled. I was like a little schoolgirl. I was just so happy.
What's cooler than magic?
Science.
Math.
Oh, math. That is what he said. Yeah, I like that, and I liked Ned, and I liked how Zendaya threw bread at Andrew Garfield.
That was funny. With the old like grandma.
Yeah.
When Tobey Maguire walked on screen,
My heart sank.
I was
like so excited.
it was like, this is it. Like,
This is the movie I wanted.
the best part is when Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are like, our best friends try to kill us, and then Peter just looks at Ned. He's just like, wait a minute. Hold on.
So I had to kill him. Well, wait, how did Tobey Maguire say it? Like, my
like,
friend was trying to kill me, so I had to kill him first.
My friend died in my arms.
After he tried to kill
died
me.
after he tried to kill me.
It was tragic. It was heartbreaking.
And Andrew Garfield was like, man.
And then they just look at Ned, like, what are you gonna do?
And then I remember, like, Ned is all like, I promise I will not turn into a supervillain and try to kill you.
You know, I've got a theory.
and then Andrew Garfield's like,
I think that's gonna happen.
My theory is this.
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin, baby.
I think there's no Amazing Spider-Man 3 because Andrew Garfield killed all of his villains. I think he killed the Sinister Six off screen.
That would be kinda cool.
I would like that, where basically he just gets so broken down, he just kills them.
Because he got bitter.
You know why that?
Sony could just make that.
Because he said, because he got emotional in that scene,
He
he's
got
just like,
bitter.
I became bitter, and I just...
You could see it in his
Yeah,
face.
like, he did something.
I
did some
think
bullcrap.
that Rhino fight was cut off screen because I think he brutally decapitates Rhino with that sewer grate.
You know what I think?
Jinkies, brother. That would be a crazy comeback.
So, Amazing Spider-Man 2 initially had an R rating because...
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Amazing Spider-Man 2 had an R rating because he beats up Goblin. And
As he
it's
should.
so brutal and so violent, they had to tone it down.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah. I need a version in Amazing Spider-Man 3 where he has killed Green Goblin. Norman Osborn comes back for revenge for him killing his son. I need that.
But he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
I need Emma
But
Stone
no, apparently
Spider-Gwen.
he's not dead.
But he's dead.
Because they talked about something where the director, was it Mark Webb?
Yeah.
Ironically, was like, yeah, no, he's not dead. Like, he faked his death.
Really?
Yeah.
That's strange.
What I need is Emma Stone Spider-Gwen, even if it's just for 5 minutes.
That'd be
please.
so cool.
Gosh.
I would just make a mess in the theater with all the popcorn I throw.
It
in
was
there.
like a rumor that the Amazing Spider-Man universe was the Venomverse. Y'all hear about that?
I think it might be because the Daily Bugle logo is the same.
That would be so cool.
I
I hope, just make an
Do you
Amazing
remember,
Spider-Man
do you remember
3.
in Morbius, the trailer, there was a graffiti thing of Spider-Man in the background?
Yeah.
What was that?
It wasn't in the
They were
movie.
leading up to something.
What was that?
So this is what I think, because there's a theory that universe is like some weird like amalgamation
Of all of them?
of basically after No Way Home, the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire universe like merges. So at that point, there's two Spider-Man just like vibing together, and that's why you see different things.
That would be so cool. I just want them to explore another movie with one of those characters.
Well,
again.
guess what's coming out next year?
What?
Madam Web.
I think that's going to explain that.
I think it's going to have all of them in there again.
I didn't hear about that.
Well, the whole purpose of Madam Web is that there's some time traveling, dimension
Is that
traveling.
MCU or Venom?
I don't know.
Well,
I
it's
don't think
Venom. It's not
it's-
MCU.
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have
They're gonna need a really good director for that if they're bringing in those characters.
Julia Carpenter, who's Spider-Woman, I think is what she is. So Spider-Woman's going to be in it.
Oh.
And they have a Logan Lerman is cast in it in a secret, undisclosed
God.
role.
It's going to be a Spider-Man.
I
my
think
God.
he's going to be a Spider-Man because the villain, I can't remember what his name is, but he goes to different universes and kills Spider-Man. I think Logan Lerman's going to be a Spider-Man like the very beginning, and he's just going to like brutally murder him.
Oh God.
This movie sounds cool. If it's
If
it's exactly how we expect it to be.
If I envision how this movie is going to go, I will be very excited for this. However, Venomverse is very, like...
It's hit or... Yes.
It's only
Craven's going to be
Morbius.
rated R, though.
Venom
yes.
2...
That makes sense.
They
Venom-
confirmed that.
Venom 2 was a lot better than Venom 1, I thought.
And then
Yeah.
Morbius, the
Yeah.
best movie.
It's Morbid
Morbius,
time.
I feel like that's like a group project that someone got through halfway and then gave up.
Okay, I like Morbius.
It wasn't
I
terrible.
don't hate it.
It was
I would give
okay.
it like a 6 out of 10.
I wouldn't have put it back in theaters though.
No, that was a little premature. That was them getting mean.
I'd give it a 4 out of 10.
It ended way too abruptly
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton wasn't there though.
for 2 seconds.
And that, I'm confused about that.
In the post-credit scene.
Yeah, just on the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to kill Spider-Man. I think that's kind of like... But then who are they going to team up with? Scorpion?
I need something to happen.
Scorpion. We haven't seen Scorpion in forever.
Well, Scorpion wasn't really in the Venomverse. He was in the Spider-Man MCU.
I know, but they could just bring him back.
Let's
Like it-
end with a shiny.
Okay, Michael wants to end.
No, I just want to see if we get a shiny.
It's a Piggly.
Is a shiny Piggly?
No, he's hatching the record.
Shiny
I'm hatching
Piggly.
ratatatatas.
No. Okay. We can continue on.
Oh, God, it's Wrathu.
Wrath you.
But now, like...
Yeah, Morbius is top 10 MCU movie.
Yeah, it's Morbid time.
It's beyond the
It's
list.
Morbin time.
You know, let's actually throw in some honorable mentions.
What are
Honorable mentions to our list.
We even though we mentioned every movie,
We've
and the
mentioned-
one that didn't make our list.
What do you mean?
An honorable MCU mention would have to go to.
Incredible Hulk.
No, not that's already in the list. Top 10.
Not my list.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight is the best show.
Yeah.
I loved Moon Knight so
Moon Knight's
much.
good.
I've been
Give it to
wanting a Moon Knight movie like ever since the MCU was created, and like I loved the show. It was everything I wanted it to be. The biggest conflict is himself, and that is such a good character.
Men's mental health.
Werewolf by Night.
What?
Have you not been?
No.
What did you do?
No.
Did you autosave?
No.
Did you go in a building?
No, I didn't change my Pidgeys
To what?
to eggs. And now I have 3 full boxes of Pidgey eggs.
Wait, hold up. Explain to me what you did wrong.
I didn't
I don't
switch them
understand
out.
any of this.
I didn't switch them out for eggs. I don't know when I stopped getting eggs.
So when did you stop switching them out?
I don't know. All I know is I haven't seen a hatch in a minute. I'm like, why? Do I have eggs? I looked, it's just Pidgeys. I'm like, oh no. So now I've been doing it so long that I have 3 full boxes of Pidgey eggs.
How did you not know you weren't hatching anything for that long?
I don't know.
Well, now you'll have a bunch of eggs to hatch.
I'm gonna hate if I get the shiny in this next batch.
Let's do one more batch just to see if you get it.
Oh
With
no! Oh no! Oh no! I want to know when I stopped.
I guess I'll find out when I'm editing this.
And then you'll let us know, and it'll be an exciting time. But you know, Kraven the Hunter is coming out.
Is that your honorable mention?
I thought Moon Knight was an honorable mention.
I didn't know if that was what you were going to say.
While we're here and Jason's doing one more batch, let's briefly discuss the TV shows.
Okay.
Moon Knight's the best.
The first
Yeah.
TV show that came out, WandaVision, started off great. The ending made it the worst one.
It's garbage.
I think it's mid.
I think it's mid too.
I think it's mid at this point.
Trash.
I think I liked it better than Bucky and Winter Soldier.
Bucky.
Bucky.
They're the same person.
Bucky and the Flying Man.
Yep. Bucky and the Bird.
You've got to do better!
I'm sorry.
No, it's a reference.
I don't remember that.
The Bird and the Buckies.
You-
The
you
Bird
get
and the
reference?
Buckies.
Yeah, I got the reference.
Zach got the reference.
What other shows were there? She-Hulk, bottom of the
Trash.
list.
Yeah,
Miss
it's
Marvel.
bad.
You
Miss
didn't
Marvel,
see.
I never watched.
It was
I put that above She-Hulk.
decent. Hawkeye.
No.
Hawkeye's okay.
Hawkeye is above Miss Marvel.
The last episode ruined it. Very similar
I think
to
it's-
WandaVision.
I think it's below.
Moon Knight. Loki.
Yes.
Loki's really good.
Yes, Loki is number 2.
Loki's 2, yeah. I actually was really
Maybe then
surprised with Loki.
WandaVision, Hawkeye, Falcon Winter Soldier,
So you put above
Miss
it.
Marvel, She-Hulk.
I was kind of disappointed Hawkeye wasn't about Hawkeye. It was about a girl.
I was disappointed that Hawkeye ruined Kingpin.
No.
I mean,
You have too high expectations of other characters that don't matter.
Kingpin matters.
He's gonna be in Daredevil,
He better be.
Kingpin deserved better.
but not Charles.
Charles deserved so
He
much.
did not.
I need to see Charles redeem himself.
You won't.
I better.
Wanda's gone.
what? We're forgetting a show, aren't we?
What if?
No.
Oh yeah. I mean, technically.
I don't count that one because it's animated, but it is canon.
Hold on. I feel like
Let's pull up a list.
Obi-Wan.
no, that's Star Wars. You dingus.
I think he knew that.
And I say...
He really thought you were that stupid.
He called me a dingus.
Yeah.
Alright, I swear to God, I'm hatching eggs again.
I don't know. I think we did name them all. I'm so glad we're getting a Loki season 2.
I am.
Okay, I'm on the wiki, and here's a list of repurposed projects. These projects were in development as films from Marvel before becoming television series. Runaways, which I've never heard of,
Doesn't count.
and Inhumans, which is terrible.
Oh,
Is that MCU?
Yeah. They're both canon.
Inhumans.
I didn't even know it was out.
Inhumans, do you want to know when it came out?
When?
Long ago.
So long ago.
I thought it was getting a movie originally.
Yeah, originally it was supposed to be part of like Phase 3, I think.
Yeah.
And then they were like, we're just gonna make it an ABC show.
Oh, that's why I don't. that's why
Inhumans
I'm not
came
gonna
out in
watch it.
2017.
Loki season 2 comes out this year. Hope everyone's prepared.
When?
I'm not.
Do you know what month it is?
I think October.
Okay,
I'm not prepared for Loki,
I am.
but I also am. I want to see it so bad.
I love Owen Wilson's performance so much.
You know what his full name is in that
October
show?
6th.
Mobius?
Mobius and Mobius.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
I love it.
Wait, they released a trailer for Loki season 2 2 days ago?
Yeah, you didn't
What?
see it?
No, why is this not like...
How have
I
you guys
haven't
not
seen this!
Huh? Alright, y'all, we're,
Here, full screen
Let's
that, bitch.
let me wrap this up. I have like 3 more eggs to hatch, and then we'll watch it together. Okay?
Okay, we'll watch it together.
Are you serious?
That was our top 10 Marvel movies. It was quite a journey getting from the worst to the best.
It took us several hours.
It took us like 5 hours in total to
We're
get here.
over 3 hours.
So wow.
So next time you watch Endgame, put this on the background.
This is okay. This whole series was like 6 to 7 hours in.
Yeah.
Jeez,
God.
I thought we would fit it all in 2 videos.
And no shinies!
No shinies. I think I'm at 1,000 odds for Rattata now. This is gonna be the one. This is it.
Do you have a tracker that keeps track of your eggs?
No, I do it with a calculator.
Oh. Like, how do you know?
Shiny.
Okay, well, I don't have to get eggs for a while because I'm set.
All right.
Jeez.
Bye, guys. Check out our other videos. Check out Lessons with Mike on Spotify and Apple Store.
And
As
check out
always,
Zach.
I'm Drew.
This is Zach. Check him out!
Check him out. Glad you
I know,
did that.
I do.
I feel violated.
Good.
Alright, bye.
See ya.
Peace.